All right, welcome everyone, and this is Best Bet Live. We're running 2-5 no limit hold'em deep stack, the bind of 300 to 1500 tonight. Here with my boy Dustin Shacklock. My name is Johnny Fantastic, and we will be your commentators for tonight. And welcome here to our 2-5 game.
What is up, guys? Happy Friday. Me and Johnny Fam in the booth. Happy to be here. Thanks for tuning in, hanging out. First hand of the night, Chuck picking up King in the big blind.
What's gotta feel like your first hand? Wake up pocket kings on the big blind. What does that feel like?
Chuck last to the game. Last player to take a seat in the game. Sits down to the second best starting hand in hold'em. Facing a raise from Hunter, pre-flop. Ooh, ace every time. Action killer.
Quick little bet from Chuck's gonna take that down uncontested.
Nice hand, Chuck. First hand of the night. Picking up 2 kings in the big blind. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We got a juicy one tonight. I can already tell by the lineup. Some of these guys played on the 2-5 deep last night. We've already got straddles. We've already got money going in with pocket kings first hand. Let's get it. Thanks for hanging out. Let us know where you're watching from, where you're playing at tonight.
Yeah, they just called the 5-10 hold'em up top too. So tonight's bustling with action here at Best Bet.
Some of these guys passed on the 5-10 hold'em game to play 2-5 deep. That's incredible. That's when you know it's going to be a good game.
And looks like every player bought in for the max.
I like that. We got a little bit of loose action pre-flop here. That's what happens in the straddle pot, you know. Players feel inclined to defend their straddle. Looks like KK getting after it here with a pair and a straight draw. Going to take it. Got action already. Deep stacks. Straddle pots. Friday night, let's get it.
Yo, what's up, Nick from Yuma? All of our chat regs already in the chat, firing it off.
I like it. Coming in high. What's up, guys? Good to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
What's up, Andy from Cali, my hometown? Hope all is well out there.
G-Dice, swinging by the Twitch chat, says 1 quads, 31.50. I'm going to take the over, only because everyone's so deep. But I like it. I think it's close. 1 quad, 31.50, biggest pot of the night. I'm going to take the over. What do you guys think in the YouTube chat? Over 31.50. Also, it's Friday night. Me and Johnny like being here, so you guys know we'll stream a little late. So that gives us more chance to hit the over.
Absolutely.
Chips McGee says, Nick is a legend. You better recognize. Kelly Schwartz, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Playing a little 2-5 no limit. What about you? We got Todd there in the 4 seat. Todd drove up from Boca last night to play on the live stream. Played a little bit last night, got in the game tonight. Ready to splash around, have some Friday night fun.
All right, another 3-bet from KK. Queen Jack off, 105 to go. This is the third hand in.
Nice squeeze.
Second 3-bet. Nice little squeeze with Queen Jack.
Nice little squeeze. Got through the ace deuce of Don.
I'm loving this table already. Just not hyper aggro, but just they're testing the waters. They're they're not just check calling, trying to see what's going on. They're kind of pushing each other around, see what's up.
Yeah, we're off to a good start.
I like it.
G-Dice says my line was off 54 on Tuesday and 97 on Wednesday. I'm telling you, man, nobody's better at this than you. Chris Shao, H-Town, 1-3 round of each preferred. What does that mean? Like dealer's choice, kind of? Round of hold'em, round of PLO?
We got Kelly Schwartz from Charlotte, who came down last month to play on the live stream. Had a good time.
Shout out to Kelly Schwartz from Charlotte. Look at Don picking up ace in the small blind here.
What?
This is a juicy game.
All right, this is the 4th 3-bet.
This is the 4th 3-bet pot in 5 hands. To be fair, they have all had monsters. Todd looking down at 2 black 5s, facing 150, and everyone's super deep. You got to set mine one time, right?
Oh, of course.
Getting about 10 to 1, getting massive implied.
Oh, he 4-bets.
Wow.
Oh, no.
400.
Walked
right into it.
Oh, no.
He's thinking the same thing we're thinking. He's like, this is the 4th 3-bet in 5 hands. They can't always have it, but they have it.
We got KK on the button with pocket trays. You gotta get rid of those.
In the 4, he could. Oh yeah, you gotta get rid of that. Gotta fold the 3s. It sucks because you know a 3's coming.
Now effective stacks are probably about the same. I like a little. Oh, you're down to you 5-bet because you 5-bet in this spot. You know you have aces, right?
Yeah. So the problem is the SPR is so shallow already. There's already 670 in the middle. We're looking at an SPR of like 2. You know,
all in.
So like ripping it doesn't always look like aces. You know, because the SPR is so short. He could have a lot of other hands. Wow. What is this, the 4th or 5th hand of the night?
Yeah,
we're going to hit the over right now. If Todd calls, we hit the over 4 hands in.
Todd's kind of stepped into it a little bit.
Yeah, so now he's getting a pretty crazy price. It's $800 to win $2K. Man, set himself up. Nick from Yuma says, what's he thinking? Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, you're thinking you kind of stepped into it. Now you just got to muck it because you can't hero call on the spot. Because you know he's got aces. Who 5-bets and has ace-king? Or
Nice.
ace-queen.
Todd makes
Queens
the
or
correct
jacks.
fold, even though he's kind of getting a pretty good price there. You know, it's $800 to win $2K. Makes the correct fold. Knows he's probably drawing to 2 outs. It's getting spicy already. Let's do it.
Right off the cuff.
Nick from Yuma says, just call, get it in bad, and suck out like you're supposed to, Todd. What are you doing, Todd?
Yeah, Todd.
Todd tries to make a move. This game's been pretty wide so far. Tries to make a move with the 2 5s. Gets punished by the aces.
Listen, I respect the bet, but it's a little too early to be throwing those kind of moves in pocket 5s. Not in position. In my opinion, it's a little too early.
I like the move. They're both super deep. I don't hate it. I think against most of the field, I think that bet probably works more often than it doesn't. He just happened to run into it that time.
Yeah.
Ooh, easy game. Just flop a boat. Down bet?
Down bet. No action.
That's 20 into 60. And cannot find the call. Raise pre, flop a house, down bet, no action.
I mean, if you want to do that due diligence and find out on your own, go ahead.
Andrew Nicholas swinging by the YouTube chat. What's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. You guys let us know what's going on in your home rooms, where you guys are playing at. I'll tell you what's going on here. We are coming off of our trifecta series.
Yeah,
This past
congratulations to Kelly Joe.
What a maniac.
Takes it all down the trifecta main event for shy of $64,000.
Just a cool 64K in a 2-day event. No big deal. KK bumping it up to 60 here in the straddle pot with 2 10s.
Yeah, Todd with the ace-king.
So Todd was 3-betting the 5s just to make himself look wild, set himself up to 3-bet the ace-king later. I get it.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
But what if KK just chips it on him?
KK might just say, screw it, let's get it in. 2 10s, too strong of a hand to fold. Not quite strong enough to 4-bet in this spot. He's just going to make the call. Gets Don out of the way. He's also out of position, so I don't hate the call. He does get out-flopped, unfortunately. Already 100 big blinds in the middle.
All right, Todd down bet? I'll just go ahead and
Oh, I think he just rips.
just rip.
He did the hand motion, the finger motion. Maybe not. Looks like 150 just went in.
Down bet.
Gives KK a good price to continue. KK's got some backdoor draws.
And this should set him up to rip here on the turn.
Yep, perfectly blank turn. Now we size up. Got about 440 left in his stack.
Pot's already approaching $800. I think it's a little draw heavy too. I think you just rip it here.
The problem with not ripping it is you create really awkward stack sizes going to the river.
So 375 leads into the $63 behind, which
yeah.
huh? Well, that gets KK
wow.
to move all his chips in. That's fine.
KK's gonna rip it.
That's cool.
I'm not sure Todd's stack was totally accurate. Looks like he's got
Yeah.
more than $63.
Yeah, he might have reloaded after that $400 four bet.
Todd can't love the diamond on the river, but he is gonna find out that he's still good. Wow, what is this? Like 6 hands in, and we already. So I actually think that this hand hit the over, but since we can't verify it through GFX, we'll have to keep swinging.
Oh, this is my kind of game. Let's sit in this game. Let's go. We need some action tonight, Dustin. I think after the stream we need to go play some poker.
Oh yeah?
I think we need to go to Orange Park and fire a few off.
I could be convinced.
Oh, that reminds me. Guys, we have a date. If you're interested in our meetup game between myself, Dustin, Jordan, and Adonis, and Ali McDeal, we have a date set to come play at Orange Park May 30th?
May 30th, Sunday the 30th. Big announcement. We're going to start promoting it pretty hard here for the next 3 weeks. May 30th, meetup game, Orange Park, Florida, our sister property. You'll get me. You'll get Johnny Pham. You'll get Adonis. You'll get Jordan Spina, Ali McDeal. You'll also get the dealers that you guys see in the box. They'll be in the field. Come hang out. Come. We're going to play 2-2 no limit. We'll be spread out across several tables. Come gamble it up. We'll have some drinks. We'll have some fun. You guys will probably stack us a whole bunch of times. We'll just be dusting off red chips.
There you go. And if you want to play it bigger, we might try to throw a 2-5 game in there somewhere.
We might throw a 2-5 game in. We might play a bigger game later in the evening. We're just kind of going to hang out. We want to meet all you guys, so calm down. Orange Park, Florida. The time is TBD. It'll probably be in the afternoon. But still finalizing the details. But it will be May 30th, Orange Park, Florida, meetup game with the whole Best Bet Live crew.
That's right. And also proper 3-bet. You hear that we're having a job fair. That is correct. We will be having 2 job fairs in May. The first job fair will take place at Orange Park May 13th on Thursday from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then on Sunday, May 16th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. here at Best Bet Jacksonville. And we're looking for listed tenants, poker dealers, chip runners, porters, cage tellers, count team members, and surveillance operators. So if you're looking for a job, yo, we're hiring. So come join the team here at Best Bet. There will be on-site interviews during these job fairs. So if you want to try to land a job here in the gaming industry, this is a great place to start.
That's right. Look at this hand. Hunter's got aces this time. Chuck flopping top pair. Looks like Chuck raised him here. Looks like Hunter leads out for 50, and Chuck makes it 175. You guys come out to Orange Park on the 30th. I'd love to hang out with all of you guys, have a drink, dust off some red chips, have some fun.
Hunter with a 3-bet to 450.
Man, just aces left and right. Aces everywhere this game. Chuck takes the hit. Hunter takes the pot. Ace is good. Dan McCletus swinging by the chat. What's up? Kevin McCormick, how's it going?
And Dr. Steve Bloomfield. And yes, we are slated to open a brand new room here by next year.
I don't know what the date is. I don't know. It's in the works. That's all I know is it's in the works. There's some, there's some behind the scenes stuff going on. I'm not privy to all that. I do know that there is a plan to open a third room. I don't know the exact location, and I don't know the exact dates.
Yeah, but we are trying to staff for it, so.
I know 207 is the planned location. I just don't know if that's gone through. I don't know what's going on with it. Daniel says, great fold, Chuck. That's right. Chuck got the hit. Chuck was unblocking all of the clubs in that spot. You could have made a case for him to continue there. Hunter is going to have a lot of clubs in that spot.
Man, these first 10 hands are crazy. So it's aces,
Crazy.
kings, kings, tens, ace, king.
Right? Aces, kings, ace, king, pocket tens. You guys, let us know in the chat if you're coming to the meetup game. I want to know who's coming. You guys still got time to get airfare. You're coming to Jacksonville, Florida.
Aces
it can't
again?
be that
Chuck
expensive.
has them.
Chuck's got aces on the button. What is happening?
And Hunter's behind him with the 3-bet to 75.
This is crazy. What a wild game.
Chuck,
I feel like
for redemption.
The reader's broken. This can't be right. Hunter can't fold. Ace queen suited, too strong.
Too strong.
Hunter could even 4-bet. He's got some of the blocking cards that Chuck would 3-bet with.
Yeah, but you want to see a flop, especially with the ace queen suited. Ooh, slams the ace.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, the king is going to be an action killer for Hunter just because Chuck can have sets of kings that he would also check in this spot. I would have liked to see a bet out of Chuck in this spot because Hunter's going to give him all the pocket kings as well.
Yeah, I think I checked it too after a 3-bet was too strong. I think
Agreed.
a bet on the flop would have been a little bit more enticing. You also have to realize, guys, checking post flop after a 3-bet is a sign of strength.
That's true. You do want to have some hands in your 3-bet, check in your 3-bet range, but for the most part, you want to continue for a small sizing, especially on favorable boards like this one. This is a great card for Chuck to hammer it. Guan there folded the queen 10 suited. This is a great card for Chuck to just bomb it for 500.
Yeah, but I don't think Hunter can really call in this spot. I think all 2 pairs got there. There's no real hand that he can beat. Unless he's facing the same hand, which is just chop bot, but it's not really worth the 325.
This is a really interesting spot. Damn it, Cletus, we'll give you the details after this hand.
I think the only hand that Hunter can decide calling here if you put Chuck on pocket queens, but he's got a blocker on that too, so he knows he's beat.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the check on the flop might have looked too strong. That might have been, I mean, Hunter's too smart,
Yeah.
like checking the flop there. I think if Chuck goes for a small sizing on the flop, it accomplishes a lot of things. First, it's going to inflate the pot, and you're going to be able to get stacks in by the river. And second, it's not quite going to look like, you flop the stones. Because like I said, the king, Hunter's going to give Chuck all the pocket kings as well.
And you also, you're losing a lot of value on the probably like one of the best players at the table too, so you want to try to get those chips in when you can.
Yeah, you got to maximize your EV against the good players because, those spots aren't going to happen that often. Hunter shakes it off, gets right back at it, opening king 10 off. Chuck's going to call with the suited connectors. Wow, Joey makes the call with queen jack suited. And we got 3-way action. This game is action. I'm into it. Somehow, all 3 players miss. Somehow, king high is in the lead. Oh, banks it right on the turn. That's going to give Joey a gutter ball to the straight flush.
Yeah, got about the straight flush. Joey bets up 30. Calls. And of course, because all the outs, he's going to miss them all.
Too many outs. Hunter's got one of his 10s, to be fair. He's got 9 clubs and 3 10s. All right, guys, once again, meetup game, May 30th. It's a Sunday. We're going to do it at Orange Park. The time is TBD. You'll see a lot more promo for the game going out over the next 3 weeks, but you will get to come play, hang out with myself, Johnny Pham, Jordan Spina, Adonis Lane, Ali McBeal, and all your favorite dealers. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a Sunday. You might have to call into work on Monday. Things might get a little wild, might get a little weird. I'm looking forward to it.
It's definitely going to get weird.
It's definitely going to get weird.
You put me and Dustin at the table, it's definitely going
to get weird.
Some strangers at the table.
Yep. I got a box in Orange Park. It's going to be empty by the end of the night. Playing with case money in the 2-2 game.
We're going to hit the bad beat, and we're going to be like, oh, shit.
We're going to hit the bad beat and still be stuck.
It's going to be all on the table.
Yeah.
Every single dollar is going to be on the table.
Case money, baby. So, yeah, you guys come on out. If you can make it, that'd be great. If you can't, there'll be more in the future. We'll try to do them a few times a year.
Just gonna ask about
We want to meet all you guys. We want to hang out, you know. We'll have a lot of swag. Hopefully we can get a couple rounds of drinks for everybody, something like that, you know. It'll be cool. You'll see a lot more promo going out over the next 3 weeks about it. Come get you some Uncle Johnny dollars.
Yeah.
Cash in your Bitcoin. Don opening up the deuces here on the button. Runs into King Jack offsuit twice.
Oh, Todd's
going to turn King 4 suited into a 3-bet out of the small blind. This might actually work. Ooh, Joey's not going anywhere with the King Jack off. Don has the call now. Everyone's too deep. Ooh, Todd's got 2,500 in front of him.
Yeah, that was a pretty tight fold there. But Joey does flop top pair.
They both flop a pair. A king on the turn would be gross. There's only one king left. Somebody else folded King Jack offsuit. Ooh, you see that? Joey called a little too quick. A little bit of a timing tell on a dry board like that, right? Case Jack.
Another Jack comes out. Todd's not slowing down.
If there's one thing you guys can learn from watching these live streams, it's that timing tells are a real thing. When you're live in the game, try to put yourself on a mental clock before you act. Like, that's one thing that I notice more than anything when watching these streams is timing tells, and there's always a correlation.
And just a flat from Joey. I love it. 8 of clubs on the river. Puts a check mark to Joey's name. Will Todd take a third stab at it?
I feel like Todd knows he's in trouble. There's 1,100 in the middle.
Another barrel.
Oh,
600.
Oh,
Woof. That's pretty much going to put Joey all in.
there's no hand that he could have in this spot that Joey can't beat. Joey beats everything. He's only losing to Ace Jack and pocket fives and pocket fours.
And Todd just said, I was kidding. Joey's going to scoop this pot.
JK LOL.
Pot
I has pair.
over 2,300.
LOL.
Pretty much a gift. That was what you call in the poker world
Wow.
straight gift. It was Christmas time here on the Best Bet Live Poker Tour.
So Joey picks up a big one. Todd barrels 3 streets. Turns his hand into a bluff and barrels 3 streets with it. Unfortunately gets looked up. If that jack on the turn doesn't come, he might have gotten that one through. Unfortunately, he ran right into the top of Joey's range. But you know what happens.
I thought it was only time rate.
Couple more premiums. Hunter with the ace queen, raising a 40. Chuck with the ace 10 suited. Gonna make the call.
Look at it.
Looking like this one is going to go 3 ways. Todd's going to make the call, queen 10 offsuit. We're going to go 3 ways to this flop. Todd in position in the straddle was getting a pretty good price and flops the second best top pair. Chuck got some redraws also with the diamonds, nut diamonds in his hand.
I think Todd calls and Hunter might have been priced in there just try to see on the card, but he has to fold.
Pretty dry turn card. Chuck's going to keep it up. Chuck goes for a little bit of a small sizing here on the turn. Goes for 85 into 2 something.
All draws miss. Gonna go ahead and
Chuck goes for a little bit of value here on the river, and definitely going to get paid. Yep. Oh, man. Todd lands second best on the river. Nice value bet from Chuck. Chuck running pretty good so far in this 2-5 stream. MN Mom 1 says, watching from Minnesota. Thanks, guys. Shout out to you, Minnesota Mom. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out.
Looks like Todd's gonna go ahead and reload.
Randy Morris is supporting Joey. Got to rep my man. He's the boss. That's cool. Thanks for watching. Nick says, how does a 10 flop, right?
Whoa, just lost some more hands.
KK opening it up here with a mystery hand. Don's going to come along, open it up to 60. Todd's going to get rid of the 6 deuce offsuit. And I think these two are probably going to go heads up. Pocket 6s versus the mystery hand of KK. A little bit of flop lag. That's all right. Jack 5-7 board. Deuce of hearts on the turn. Don's trying to decide if he can bluff catch with this hand or not.
What's up, Vancouver? Watching us from north of the border.
That's not a great card for either player. The only card I really think that card might benefit is KK. I think if Don had a flush draw, he would have bet in position. Probably a good spot for KK to go ahead and barrel.
He's got pot size, over pot size bet coming through.
Yeah, KK's going to mash it here. Looks like he bets 425 into about 330. And that's going to do it. Don's going to get out of the way. Nice bet. Pierre says, hi from Montreal. What's up, Pierre? Thanks for watching. Import says, does North Florida have ribs? Buddy, we're in the South. There's ribs on every corner in Florida. There's ribs on every corner in the South. I don't know if you know.
No place doesn't have ribs.
Barbecue is everywhere in the South, man. That's like the indigenous food of Southern people.
Let's do it. Good luck, everybody. Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays for tournaments sometimes.
Whatever. Thursdays, Fridays.
Yep. And then Sundays for like tournaments. Yep. Alright, guys. Good luck, everyone. 2 folds. 3 folds.
Pierre says, great guys, good job. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.
Wednesdays generally 2-2.
Come down for our meetup game from Montreal in 3 weeks. Come hang out with me and Johnny. We're going to be dusting off red chips left and right. The difference between me and Johnny is we're going to be dusting off red chips having fun, and Jordan and Adonis are going to be trying to hold on to them for dear life.
Yeah, half the time, Dustin and I, we're going to try to give it away.
Yeah. Johnny,
how can I lose?
Oh, I can't. What do you mean I made the nuts on the river? I'm trying to dust it off. Jordan and Adonis, look at this hand, though. Look at this. Chuck flopping, top pair. Oh, wow.
I've got 2 pair.
Oh, no.
2 pair.
Todd's got a bigger 2 pair. We might see a big one here. There's 250 in the middle.
Yeah.
The clubs get there. That might kill some of the action, but Chuck still has 2 pair.
Bet and a call.
Wow, nice flat from Todd. Todd probably could have got a lot more value.
Well, 225. I think it was more of a blocking bet.
It was almost a pot-sized bet.
225. Oh yeah, the plus 702 now.
Wow. Big cooler. 2 pair versus 2 pair.
Question to your answer in poor taste humor. Can you drink at the table? I've never been to this casino. Yes. You definitely can. All kinds of beverages here at Best Bet.
All kinds of libations. Absolutely. You have to pay for them, though. We don't supply the libations. Unless you play on the live stream table.
Or if you know me and Dustin and we're probably going to buy a round of drinks on the table.
Yeah, yeah. You come to the meetup game, we'll figure out libations. Zach, Caleb, what kind of turnout are we expecting for the 560 in June? That's going to be the opening event of the Card Player Tour. It's obviously going to be massive. If our past 2 event 1s are any indication, it's going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah, I think to say that prize pool to reach about $500,000 for our opening event is a very fair assessment.
500K is what Johnny Pham is predicting. Look at this sweet turn card for Todd. Not only does he flop 3 kings, but he turns a flush draw. KK gonna shut it down. Great spot for Todd to bet. Unfortunately, KK's not gonna be able to call. 400. Man, Todd mashes it here. Zach says, good enough. $500,000 for a $500 buy-in. Good enough. I'll come. Yeah, come on, man. That'll be the opening event of the Card Player. The room will be ripping. It'll be a busy, busy week.
Yeah, it's in the summer in Jacksonville, too, so.
Yeah, man. We don't have WSOP. Like, this summer is interesting for the first time in a long time. We actually get to do some cool summer events because usually we kind of go into hibernation mode during the whole summer because all the action's in Vegas. But this summer we actually kind of get to switch things up and we get to retain, you know, some of our grinders because they're not going to be in Vegas this year. So we're going to try to do this cool Card Player series during the last 2 weeks of June. And then we're going to fire the WPT up hopefully in August possibly. And then, you know, that'll carry us right into September, October into the WSOP. Hunter opening Jack 9 off from the cutoff. Just flop stop pair. Board starts getting a little more coordinated here. Joey's got the ace of spades in his hand. I like the flop check by Hunter. It definitely looks like he has a 9. It doesn't look like he has a 9 in this spot. Hunter's going to go for the 2x pot size bet here. And Joey's going to get away from it. Nice play by Hunter. Couldn't get any value, but unfortunately, I think he played it great.
Also, guys, if you didn't know, we do have a new link in our website. If you ever want to know what games are going on in our poker room, either here at Best Bet on Monument or the one in Orange Park. If you go to our website, there is a active tables link, and you can see what games are currently being played and how many are on the list.
Yeah, it's a sweet tool. You just go to the drop-down menu, click Poker, and there's an option for active games, and it'll show you all the games going at both locations, like Johnny said, with a player count for the list as well. That's huge. We've been trying for years to get something like that.
And now that we have it, not very many people know of it.
We have it. We've had it for like a month and nobody knows. I use it. I use it all the time when I'm going to Orange Park. I pull it up, say, all right, cool, let's go. All right, let's take a quick look at some stats. So far, 20 hands in to the 2-5 No Limit Hold'em Friday night game. Joey up the most after that generous gift from Todd. Todd's actually even after that big hand against Don. The first hand of the night against Don, he's actually got most of it back. Hunter stuck a little bit after that big hand with Chuck. But it's still early. Like I said, we're only 20 hands in. Let's get it. Chuck gonna limp the ace-6 of diamonds one time from the hijack.
I think we have a small tournament at Orange Park this month too. The GoPo.
The GoPo on the 15th, $300 buy-in.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah, this is going to be a week from tomorrow, actually, 8 days away. The GoPo, what a great one-day tournament. It used to be the old structure of the 30K. Now we just do it in 1 day instead of 2.
Although I do miss the MTTs at Orange Park.
I miss the 30K. It was one of my favorite tournaments. A 1 day, but you get to do it all in 1 day instead of 2. I like that. You might catch me in those streets, those tournament streets, dusting off some chips.
Gone now with King 9 is suited.
I like this play.
130.
3-betting with the mergier part of your range. KK not quite deep enough to make this call, but he don't care. He's going to do it anyway. I think to make this kind of call with KK's hand, I think you need to be a little deeper.
Well, he is going to make a play at it. 225 to go. Don holding top pair.
Yeah, there's no way Don can ever find a fold here. KK's only got about 700 behind. Kind of a weird spot for Don. And these kind of spots, sometimes I like to just go ahead and get it in because you know you're going to have to turn a call all in on the turn, you know?
Yeah, I don't think any other option for KK is either to put your stack in or check fold, which I think check fold is his option here.
So now this is kind of weird. Don kind of has to check back because for fear of the check raise, you know? It's a great card for KK to check raise him.
And usually that's a pure sign of weakness too for a player to just call.
Nice, Don's gonna pile. I like it.
And then size pretty big on the flop, and then check turn doesn't really explain the story. So the story doesn't check out. Don doesn't believe him. He's gonna put his stack to the test.
Nice play by Don. Kind of a weird spot for KK to just lead on that flop for that big. He doesn't block anything, can't improve. You know, that's one of the spots where unfortunately I think you just have to check fold.
Yeah, I think his mindset was like, okay, I made this huge call pre-flop. I need to take a stab now. Let's just see if I can steal it. And then, you know, after the call, you know, you kind of feel like you just have to shut down. So that's kind of what happened.
Daniel says KK is getting waxed tonight. It's still early, man. It's still early. Christopher Martin, we just dropped the stats a second ago. So far, everyone pretty close to even.
Joey is only our current leader.
Joey's up about 900. Everyone else about even. KK stuck quite a bit. Other than that, everyone hovering within 100 big blinds. Kevin, if you're asking if we will be live streaming the meetup game, we unfortunately will not because it'll be at our sister property. We don't have the setup. We don't know about drinks yet. We'll figure out drinks later. But we'll definitely supply the action. You get me and Johnny in a game, it's going to be action. How about we supply the action, you supply the drinks?
There you go.
That's a pretty fair trade.
I know, right? The amount of tables at the table are always one
Oh,
table.
yeah. We get
the most fluxing.
Johnny and I are not afraid to put chips in the middle.
They get so loud, like when
And Guam, the ace king of hearts, gonna size up pretty big. Bet a 50 to go. Uncontested. Gonna, whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, our graphics kind of wigged out there. We're catching up to it. I think the flop is already out. We're kind of caught
Wow, what a turn card.
up. The graphics are still a card behind.
There's a jack of diamonds on the flop. That king came on the turn. The flop was 7 tray jack. The turn was the king. So now Guam got top pair, nut flush draw. Joey got an open ender, but only drawing to 6 outs. Sean says, is that the same Todd from last night? It is. Yeah, in the 4 seed. Same guy that played last night.
How did he fare? I didn't catch his play from last night.
I'm not sure. I don't think he was the big winner or the big loser, but I could be wrong.
Oh, Big Red. No. It is not a BYOB.
Definitely not a BYOB. It's a buy your own booze at the card room and then give it to me and Johnny, and we will put red chips in the middle of the pot.
Do not tell them that we approved you to bring a cake to the casino, to the meetup game.
BYOB, buy your own booze, give it to us, and then we put red chips in the middle, and then you reap the benefits. That's how it works.
Yeah. Although, that's a very nice gesture. Thank you.
Yeah. Sean says, hope he didn't lose 800 in the first hand again. Actually, it was very close, the first hand he played. We 3-bet pocket fives. It was more like 400, though.
No, I think he 4-bet pocket fives.
I think you're right. I think he did 4-bet fives.
All right, KK needs to make some money back. Pocket queens.
Nice. If I'm in KK's spot, I'd rather get stuck early. You know, it gives you the whole game to get it back.
No, don't listen to this, Dustin. That's not what you want to look forward to.
Yeah, get stuck early, get it all back. Wind up in the black.
Joey is going to turn the king. KK. Tough night of cards for KK. Small size, we'll probably get a loose call from. Yeah, it's only 75. I think he just looks them up. Yep, it does.
Yeah, I think you might have to call that one a lot of the time. He's going to show up with some 7s. He's going to show up with some pocket 10s. He's going to have pocket 8s. He's going to have missed spade draws. There's a lot of hands that you could beat. Unfortunately, he does have a king, but I still don't hate the call by KK.
No.
Unfortunately, in that spot, you're just turning queens into a bluff catcher. A little bit of an equity net. But sometimes it'd be like that.
And good sizing from Joey, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Didn't inflate the pot too much. Got enough value out of it for a very marginal hand.
So this is actually pretty interesting. Eder Nicholas says 755. I'm betting queen 100% of the time, but I like that check from KK actually because it's going to keep all of his bluffs in. And if he misses everything, if he misses all of his spades, if he misses everything, he's going to barrel that river and those turns a lot of the times. Unfortunately, he happened to get there, but like I said, there's a lot of hands that KK can beat that he lands with on the river. He's going to beat all the 7X. He's going to beat all the 10s, all the 9s, all the jacks, all the spade draws. Wow, Chuck gets there with the 7-6 suited one time. Andrew Nicholas, flop went check, check that hand. KK checked queens in position.
I wonder if Orange Park will let us have deeper buy-ins for the meetup game, do you think? That's one question you probably should ask.
I'm not sure. We gotta talk to Jesse about that one. Andrew Nicholas said there will be no turn unless you pay. Like I said, man, I like keeping all of his bluffs in there, for sure. I think you have to check that back at some frequency. You could also down bet in that spot. There's a couple different ways you could take that one, I think. Kevin McCormick, picking up what I'm saying, says lose a couple nice pots early and create a crazy table image, then take it all back. That's what I do. Look at Chuck, gets there on the river, binks the 5-outer, I guess. Hunter and Chuck been going back and forth all game. All game, 25 hands, but still, they've been at it today. Chuck was debating whether or not he wanted to jump in this game, and I said, that looks like a really good seat draw, man. Chuck was the last one at the table. I said, that's a pretty good seat. You know, you want to be on the left of Hunter in these spots.
And definitely to the right of Don.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's kind of splitting position with Don. Don's going to have position on him a lot of times, too, but the good thing about this formation here is Don's going to have position on Chuck when Chuck's going to be in early. So Chuck's going to have a stronger range against Don a lot of the time, but Don's smart enough. He can make Chuck's life pretty hellish if he wants to. Kevin says, is there a thing between them? They played a lot together, you know. Actually, both of them are my neighbors. We all live in the same area. Run Bad Poker, swinging by the YouTube chat. What's up? What's up, Stall? Good to see you, buddy. Hope everything's good. It's nice to be back here. Me and my man, Johnny Pham. Hunter's going to open it up here. King 5 suited out of the hijack. Gets through Chuck. Looks like KK makes the call out of the small blind. Oh, there we go.
I think we're at the turn right now.
Yeah, I think we're a card behind. KK, looks like he turned the best hand. That jack came on the turn.
Sorry, guys. This hand might be a little bit messed up. I don't think the action tracker knows he's one streak behind. What was the turn card?
The turn card was actually the jack. I think the flop was ace 8. I'm not sure. The jack came on the turn. Yeah, Run Bad, where you been? Haven't seen much of you, bud. KK not ready to give it up just yet. Gonna make the call. He turned the best hand. I'm not sure what the, there we go. There's the full run out. 8, 9, ace, jack, 8. We are missing a card. We are missing the 9 of diamonds from the flop. The flop was ace, 9, 8. Turn, jack, river, 8.
Hunter with the king high gonna go ahead and put KK to the test.
Wow, Hunter gets one through. KK can't call. KK folds the best hand. He goes from losing to winning to folding while winning. Well played by Hunter. Finds a way to put max pressure and get the chips. Run Bad Poker, nice one. Great bad beat story. It's called My Whole Life. All right, well, I hope everything's all right. Hope to see you around the card room soon. We're overdue for a game of backgammon, and that's entirely my fault. But I haven't forgotten. KK getting mashed here.
I don't think I've seen the 6 seat play a hand yet.
I think you're right. I don't know if he's played a hand.
All right, let's see some stats. Where's our VPIP at? Yeah, Ivan. I think he's in the 6 seat. 10% VPIP. It's very low.
10% VPIP in an 8-handed game is very low. I think that doesn't surprise anyone. I'm surprised Ivan's even on the pre-flop stat list.
I think you just get a 10% VPIP just for
paying the blinds, right? Yeah, just for paying the blinds. You pay 2 blinds every orbit. It's at least 10%. All right, we got a hand going here. Pocket sixes, ace jack offsuit, ace 10 suited, and pocket fives. Middle set for Hunter as the pre-flop raiser is about the best feeling in the world. Is there a better feeling than raising a small pocket pair and flopping a set?
And going 4 ways to the flop?
Right?
Oh, hell yeah.
What is Chuck doing in this hand? Uh-oh.
And the nut clubs brings the nut flush draw for Joey. Very draw heavy board. Double suited board. Straight draws out there. I think Hunter needs to protect the set. I think he might go pretty big sizing here. It's only a 127 in the pot. But the sizing of is 280. So he's going to overbet the pot, which is, I think, correct. So bet of 240 to go. Joey with the massive draw. He does a straight draw as well. So drawing to the nuts. I think we'll get Joey to call.
It had changed quite a bit, you know. Even when you said that, it wasn't the same game, you know.
River card brings in the 4 diamonds. Now with Hunter, I think he still needs to lead out under the bet. I can check call for value also. Only the diamond hits. I don't think he'll put Joey on a 7-5 in this spot because he would have returned it. I think that river card makes not that much of a difference, but he's gonna put a little value here, thin value bet of 125. Now Joey can try a big bluff in this spot, but doesn't elect to.
option. Heads up. Check. Start at 35. Check.
KK does spike his 10 for the straight.
You guys find the 5-10 earlier?
No, no, we just had a 5 game. That was before Don got there. Really point people at JL. It was good 2-5 game. Got 2-5 game. George went to Chase Meg and the team got it.
A bit of an overbet too. Bet of 150 to go. Will like the smaller sizing from KK only because the board is paired.
I think we're still on table early 9.
You want to be able to have maybe a 9 call you as well. Maybe ace, king, king, queen. But unlucky in those spots because Hunter checked on the turn. But we'll get that through and a small profit of $52 will go to KK.
You guys start on the 9. That game that was up pretty early today.
2:30.
Live straddle. One vote.
I got some action hands here now. Don with ace 6 suited. Gonna raise it to it's like 45. 40 rather. Folds all the way around to Chuck with the mystery hand. He will go to make the call.
Thank you. You know I can't fold if you get in there. Well, most of the time I can.
All right, 4 ways to this flop. Flop 8-9 tray. Doesn't appear everybody has a hand, a pair, or a draw. Six of diamonds on the turn gives Don middle pair. However, Chuck with the mystery hand is going to lead a bet out of it's like 85, 65.
What is that? What is that?
65.
Don does make the call. 9 of spades on the river. Now, Chuck. If we're to check, I think Don would have totally bet that card. But Chuck might, I'm sorry, Don might raise here in this spot just because I think he's trying to check call for value here with the middle pair. So bet of 130 from Chuck.
I don't have much.
Well, with Don saying that, he's probably not going to be raising. Don does make the call, and looks like Chuck did have the 9, and it's going to get paid.
You gotta miss those seats like you. That's the way to miss.
Alright, everybody, that's gonna be it for me for now. You guys got Costco coming back in and everybody.
Yeah, I haven't called it before. That's nice. We didn't even need to play it out.
The next time I'll just throw out a number.
All right, guys, quick dealer change. We'll be back in the action. 2-5, no limit hold'em, deep stack cash, Friday night action. We got a busy Friday night here at Best Bet Jacksonville also. Got about 12 2-2 games. Got about 8 2-5 games. Got some big games up top. A lot of 5-5 pot limit Omaha.
8 2-5 games.
Yeah, 8 2-5 games. Where do you see that anywhere else in the country? You know, besides like California, even Vegas. Most of the rooms in Vegas don't have 8 2-5 games. You might see it in South Florida sometimes. Maybe at the Borgata. But where else can you go on a Friday night and see 8 2-5 games every Friday? Nothing going on.
Easy.
What's it look like in your local poker room?
Yeah, I heard Colorado just lifted some of their bigger restrictions.
Yeah, that's huge. I heard Colorado went full uncap. Ramon says in Texas you might find 8 2-5 games. I feel like the market is starting to get too saturated in Texas. But I don't know. It's on my bucket list. I haven't been there yet, but Texas is pretty high up there. Big Red says Vegas player can confirm the most you will see is 5 2-5 games at Bellagio. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that's all fair.
Their market's pretty saturated too. There's not a lot. Most of those rooms aren't very big. We have a really big room. I think most of the room in Vegas are like, 30, 40 tables max.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty big compared to most poker rooms. I think Bellagio, the Venetian, the Wynn, and the Aria have the bigger of the poker rooms.
Yeah, that sounds right. Captain Underpara says saturated, not close. Okay. Hunter getting after it here. Top 2 pair against KK's flush draw. These two have been going at it all night. Getting juicy. 200 in the middle. KK can't fold. Got a straight draw now. Now he's got a straight draw, flush draw, 14 outs twice going into the river. KK also getting short on chips. Only 600 behind. Big turn card here for KK. 327 in the middle. This is kind of the point in the hand where you have to figure out what you want your opponent to do.
Hunter gonna ship it all on him.
I think Hunter wants him to fold.
I think he's so too.
I think Hunter's pretty much got him dialed in.
I mean, but KK is stuck a ton. I think you're gonna pick a time to stick it in.
KK's stuck a ton. He's got a big hand here. He's got a big two-way hand, straight draw, flush draw.
Yeah. I don't blame him for getting in. Sometimes you're just stuck. You want to try to hit.
KK misses everything. Hunter's going to get all the chips here. Hunter goes for 2x pot, all in. KK calls with a massive combo draw. And Hunter's going to get a big stack, per usual. I don't think KK's coming back. Looks like KK's going to hit the rail.
Yeah, tough game for KK. I mean,
Tough game for KK, man. Just couldn't catch a break.
Couldn't get anything going. Kind of bluffed in some weird spots, Got outdrawn a few times. It's tough.
Big Rez says, no gamble, no future. G-Dice says TCH has 5 2-5s and 1 5-10. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys. I don't know. There's not a lot of rooms where you can go just swing by 8 o'clock on a Friday night and find 8 2-5 games.
And still it's the start of the night, too, so I think we're still building, I think.
And including our game, that's 9. We've actually got 9 2-5 games, including the live stream.
Yeah, and the 5-10 is going pretty strong, I think.
The 5-10 list is growing. It hasn't gotten off the ground yet. but the 5-10 Hold'em list is growing.
They got a list, right?
About 355 PLOs.
355 PLOs, 112 PLO. Busy night, busy Friday night. If you're trying to get it in, Best Bet Jacksonville's the spot. 7, 8, 9, 10 for Joey here on the flop.
The game wasn't running for like 10 minutes. And they're like,
He's going to take that one down.
so I think I broke the 5-10.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm looking at the active tables over at Orange Park, and they have 3 2-5s and a 5-10.
3 2-5s and a 5-10.
So I think I know where I'm going tonight.
Eugene Davis says, "Put me in, coach. Come on. I'll put you in the game, man. I don't care."
So again, guys, if you haven't heard, on our website has a new active tables link. If you want to check out the action of what is being played tonight, go to our website, hit that active tables link, and you can find all the games that are being played and all the lists for it at our both properties here at Jacksonville and Orange Park. Ivan finally getting involved. Ace King, no action, of course.
Andrew Nicholas says, "Florida and Texas have to be the best poker right now." Yeah, for sure. G-Dice says, "Tampa has 7 2-5s and even a 4-8 pineapple." You know, we've said it perfectly on the stream before. Pineapple sounds a lot more fun than it actually is to play. There's a lot of like people not knowing what's going on, and the game like gets unbelievably slow. Wow, Brett Mason Media says, "Came to Jack's for the month of May just for the poker. Always a 2-5 running. Great room and great staff. It's been a great experience." Thanks for the kind words, man. Let me come get on this live stream one time, man. This is where the action's at. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the visit, man. We appreciate the kind words. Barbecue Killer says, "The pineapple game is actually pretty juicy." Yeah, it's a good game. Johnny and I have played it a few times. It just gets so slow, man. Nobody ever knows what's going on.
Looks like we got a brand new player in the 2-seat.
Racer Nerd. Florida is the only place I've seen check raises on every street, then somebody called down with ace high to win. Welcome to Florida. Ace high, good.
Something like that. We need it for a computer. 40 MC9. 1 call.
Logical Bolt says Hunter played that hand perfectly. He did. Got all the money in.
1458.
Is that the bet?
AJ says, "Love the stream." Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for watching. We like doing it. Trying to put out a premium product for you guys.
And Chuck gonna open up the 10-7 of diamonds. Joey's gonna go ahead and make a call. Hunter in there. Queen trade diamonds gonna go ahead and take a look at the flop.
Hunter's going to defend that straddle one time. Got the superior diamonds. Ooh, not a super fun flop for Queen Tray of Diamonds. He does have a redraw to a black deuce. I would have liked to see a bet out of Joey there with the nut flush draw one time. A bet out of Joey might have taken this pot down. Now both players picking up straight draws. Hunter's going to lead with the open-ended. Chuck gets out of the way. Joey's going to make the call with the nut flush draw. Wow, somehow Hunter's pair of trays is good on this run out. Hunter's going to get the check mark. There's 477 in the middle. Chuck would have got there with his 7 on this hand. Hunter's going to go for about half pot, and Joey snap folds there. Hunter able to range his opponent pretty perfectly there. Gonna drop a new setup in here real quick. Got a damaged card. Barbecue Killer just left there. Ran up 300 in 2 hours on a 1-2 table. Run good, my man. Run good. Look at Hunter, plus 1,100. Ivan stuck 89. I think it might just be in blinds.
Yeah, I think about the hour in blinds will net you a loss of $89. He's only played one hand tonight, and that was Ace King and got no action.
I mean, you know, sometimes you have those nights you just can't catch a hand. Card dead for the entire night. Quick look at the VPIPs. Hunter, VPIP in the highest. Hunter, a true no-limit crusher. Hunter at the top of this one, too. Hunter at the top of the pre-flop raise stat as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of disparity between all the players as compared to Hunter.
Nick says, nice comeback. Yeah, for sure. Andrew Nicholas says, Hunter knows exactly where he's at. Yeah, he's one of the best at being able to range his opponents, figuring out exactly how much value versus how much he needs to put in to get somebody to fold out their equity. All right, back in the action. Friday night, 2-5, deep stack cash game. Dustin Shacklock, Johnny Pham in the booth. All the chat regs hanging out at home, watching the game. We appreciate you guys.
All right, Guan looking at Ace King on the button.
Guan's been a little quiet this game also. Been a little card dead as well. Except for like that second hand where he just flopped the full house.
And check the 3-bet with Ace King as well. 125 to go.
This could get spicy. All diamond flop one time. Runbat says Hunter versus George would be fun to watch. Yeah, hopefully we're going to have I think we're going to have a couple big no-limit games later this month. Hopefully those guys will get in the ring.
4-bet now from Guan.
Oh, the 4-bet stacks are deep. I like it.
Tough spot, out of position, getting 4-bet with Ace King. Heads up. You can't just fold. You could.
This is a tough spot for Chuck. He does make the tight laydown. Like we said at the beginning of this hand, Guan hasn't played a hand so far tonight. I think that probably weighed into Chuck's decision a little bit.
Might regret that later.
I don't know if I can fully get behind the fold, but I understand the logic leading up to it. Kevin McCormick, wow, that's huge. Kevin says, this is the best stream out there. Commentators are smart and funny. Players are always action, usually. Even with live at the bike back, I'm finding myself here instead of at the more popular sites. That's huge, man. We appreciate it. We hope you can make the meetup game, and we can give you some of our red chips.
Yeah, shout out to the people stream. We won't be here if it wasn't for you guys, so
that's right.
You guys make it possible.
Hashtag for the people. Johnny and I are going to give some back May 30th at Orange Park.
There you go.
Hunter mixing it up a little bit, putting in the 3-bet from the button with the 8-6 of spades. I like this. Got to mix up your 3-bet range. Ivan finally getting in a hand. Got pocket 4s. And bricks everything. Great flop for Hunter to continue. I actually think Hunter's in the small blind, though. It looks like Ivan has the button, unless somehow it got moved. A little bit of confusion here.
Yeah, I think the button's in the wrong spot.
Hunter actually put in the squeeze there. with 8-6 suited, which I also like. Now he's going to get the button. Very weird. Little confusion. Barbecue Killer, the meetup game is going to be May 30th at Orange Park. Like we said, we're going to be promoting it quite a bit over the next 3 weeks. We don't have an exact start time. It'll go for a while. You'll get to meet myself, Johnny Pham, Jordan Spina, Adonis Lane, Ali McDeal. I'm sure Jesse the boss will be lurking in the wings.
Yeah, we'll try to get some swag out for you guys too.
Yeah, we'll get some swag.
Get some merch out there. Play some cards. Have some drinks.
Yeah, have some fun.
Kind of meet the crew. All right, Todd finally wakes up with ace 10 of diamonds. Going to raise it to 50. This is a straddle pot. Guan, 3-bet, 160, queen 10 suited. Hunter, pocket queens on the button. Wait.
This time he really has the button.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Button, small blind. Huh? Huh. All right, 4-bet from Hunter. It's like 425. So everyone gets out of the way, and Guan finds himself in a precarious spot. He's gonna have to call very lightly on a 4-bet. So it looks like he's getting raising chips out, or he's just counting his stack.
Guan might be thinking about playing off his image a little bit here. He's been pretty tight. He's only played about 3 or 4 hands so far. Barbecue Killer, right now the format is going to be just show up. If we start getting a massive sort of interest list, 100 people plus, we might have to work something out. But as of now, the format is just going to be show up and play. We're going to have our own section in Orange Park, and we'll just host the thing in there.
Yeah, if you haven't played at Orange Park before too, they have a separate kind of area. There's a private room with 2 tables, which is pretty nice. And it's also sectioned off from the rest of the room with another 6 tables.
Yeah, like another 5 or 6, I think, are kind of in the front room in there.
So what do I need to do? Big line.
So yeah, the idea will be to have multiple tables and have the crew spread out amongst the tables. Myself, Johnny, Ali, Jordan, Adonis, and the dealers, and then just kind of rotate everybody ever so often. That way we can all hang out and spend time and play with all of you guys. I'm bringing the whole roll. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna have case money in the game for sure. Selling action at 3.0.
Are you gonna bring is this the move? Are you gonna bring a briefcase or a sack with the $sign across from it?
I'm gonna bring a pillowcase, maybe a brown paper bag. It's gonna be case money, so I'm gonna bring quarters. It's gonna be so case money. I'm gonna have quarters at the cage. Run Bad, is it the area on the 2nd floor where the rest of the tables are? Yeah, so if you go up the stairs or the escalator, you've got the list attendant on the right. If you look to the left, kind of that secluded area right there is where we're planning on doing it. That's the tentative plan as of now. Kevin McCormick, that's right. Selling action. 3.0 markup. Worth it. Look at Hunter picking up aces now, putting in the 3-bet over Guan again. Brian's going to cold call with the ace-queen suited out of position. What a weird spot for him to be in. That's going to give Guan a good price to call with Jack-10 suited, and this is like Not quite worst case scenario with aces, but you don't love to go multi-way until you flop top set. Case ace on the flop. Brian's got a piece.
I think everybody's got a piece.
Guan's got a queen. Would be so sick if we see a queen
Or a diamond.
If we see a queen or a diamond, we're going to play for rolls.
Yeah, Brian's not going to go anywhere now. But at 75.
AJ Trigger, Max Payne, absolutely. What is happening?
Oh, that was the raise for Guan for a second.
Nobody goes anywhere. Spicy. Oh, what a dud. What a dud of a turn card.
I don't want a deuce.
I don't want a deuce. I want a queen, or I want a diamond, or a jack, or something juicy. A jack would have been a good turn card also.
Yeah, so Hunter needs to extrapolate as much value in his hand as possible. There's not very many drawing hands out there. He's pretty much has the nuts.
Yeah, he's got to take him to Value Town here. I think like a nice half pot bet here ought to do it.
Yeah, 150 is
Oh, wow, he goes for the third pot bet.
I think Brian might want to just stick it all in here. I think because of Brian's bet makes him feel weak, and with Brian's ace queen, it might feel pretty strong to just take it to town.
Nick from Yuma, a couple of guys in the chat saying this is the second time somebody's flopped top set against ace queen, case ace on the flop.
Guanda has another good price to
Man, Guan's getting an amazing price. He's got to call 150 to win 750. Unfortunately, given Hunter's hand, he's not going to be good enough. He's actually priced out, but it doesn't feel like it. He doesn't know Hunter has aces. Ooh. That might be the action killer. I don't know if Hunter's going to be able to get much more value. Guan could always spaz out here and turn his hand into a bluff.
Oh, yes!
Oh, yes! I love it.
First time's a spaz. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. This is so now Hunter has to decide if he should just flat and try to get a call out of Brian, or if he needs to just go ahead and go for the raise. Look at Hunter's chip stack. Hunter's got 3,100 in this 2-5 game. What do you guys do in this spot? Are you guys going to pile it, or are you guys going to try to get that extra 700 out of Brian? Ooh, Brian snap folds. Guan's going to have to fold as well. Hunter takes down another monster. Plus 1330. 250 bigs in the middle for my good friend Hunter Sitchy, stacking chips. Friday night, Best Bet Live. Just flop top set, case ace.
He's got the Asian guy punching into you.
Man, you know, Guan played pretty snug. Decided he was going to take a shot there. He knows he can't win if he checks, you know.
Yeah, there's so much money out there.
So much money out there. Got to try to make a move in case Hunter's bluffing. I'm assuming is his mindset there.
Yeah, because I think he thought Hunter was so weak because Hunter just bet so small on flop and turn.
Yeah, but it's kind of a tough spot because you still have another guy in the hand also. I understand that you know you can't win if you check, but what is the other guy calling you with? You know what I mean? There's no way you're going to spaz out and get through both players in that spot.
No way. Unless you're holding some blockers. There's no blockers for him to hold.
Yeah, he wasn't really blocking much. Only blocking, you know, ace jack, ace 10, king jack maybe. So I don't think we need to look at the stats to know that Hunter's steamrolling the game. But this turned out to be a juicy lineup. I didn't really know what to expect when we called down the game, and I saw everyone come sit down. I was like, I could go either way. But it's been pretty juicy so far. Annie Hammock says, do you have to sign up for the meetup in advance? The current format that's being discussed is hopefully we'll have enough tables that everyone that wants to play can just show up and play. And then once we fill up those tables, maybe we'll start a list. More details to be announced. I would say if you just show up early, make sure you get a seat. You know, what do you think, Johnny?
Yeah, I think you're safe to say if you want to come play in the meetup game, just show up. I'm sure you'll get a seat. Depending on how good of a turnout we do run, I'm sure we'll definitely get it, at least a few games out of it. If not, definitely won't be no games.
Definitely won't be no games. The goal is to have between 3 and 5 tables is kind of what we're hoping for. So, you know, with all of us in the games, plus some dealers, should leave about somewhere between 20 and 30 open seats. If we need more tables, maybe we can get some more. Maybe we'll start a list. If we get an overwhelming, you know, response in the next 3 weeks, maybe we'll have to work on a new format. Oh, wow, look at Chuck getting it all in with 2 kings. Oh, what is happening?
Todd and Hunter both have ace king.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's like the best spot too to have oh, we got Hunter already shipping 500.
Hunter made it 500 with ace king suited. Chuck pulls the ripcord. So the action went Hunter raised to 15, Chuck raised to 45, Todd raised to 175. Hunter made it 500, and Chuck makes it 2K.
Yeah.
Hunter correctly gets away from it.
Yeah, they're playing too deep just to get it all in with ace king there. So
Yeah, absolutely. Chuck just ripped 400 big blinds in that spot. You got to give him credit. You got to think that you're either drawing to 2 outs or you're drawing to 3 outs. Either way, it's not very good.
yeah.
We've said it before on the stream. The mistakes compound exponentially the deeper you are. Stacking off there with a hand like ace king suited for 400 big blinds, not the best.
Now Chuck could have just 3-bet there and not get it in, but because there's 725 dead money that you can scoop up, it's better to win a small pot than to lose a huge pot.
That's a big pot. That's 150 big blinds.
Right.
And you never have to see a flop. Annie Hammock, what time on the 30th? More details to be announced coming in the next few weeks. We don't have a definitive time. We've discussed a few options, but we'll be promoting it pretty heavily in the next few weeks, so we will definitely have an answer for you soon.
I feel like mid-afternoon is probably a sweet spot.
I think early afternoon is good, especially on a Sunday.
It is Memorial Day weekend as well, so
Juicy, juicy. Kevin Thiel, they cannot run it twice in this 2-5 game. It's still a normal raked game. Hunter just punishing him, getting after it with another 3-bet here with king queen offsuit, double blocking some of Guan's strongest hands.
Chuck with a super tight fold, pocket tens.
One thing I really like about Hunter's game is he's not afraid to play from out of position. That's like one of the hardest things to do, and I think a lot of people, look at him just flopping the nut flush draw. Almost all the 10s are dead, possibly all the 10s. Hunter's not afraid to play out of position. A lot of people, I think, take the low variance route and call in a lot of these spots that we see Hunter 3 and 4-bet from out of position. $475 in the middle. Hunter's going to try to keep Guan in. It's It's kind of a semi-bluff disguised as a value bet with a ton of equity behind. Guan's going to make the call. Inconsequential 7 of spades on the turn. I can't imagine what Guan is hoping for here besides like a red queen.
Maybe he's trying to set him up for another bluff.
That's just too good of a flop for Hunter's range in addition to his actual hand. I think Hunter has to double barrel this turn
I think so
at a
too.
pretty high frequency.
Max
Ooh,
pressure.
Just mashes it on him.
Maximum pressure.
Run bat said, will the game on the 30th be a deep stack? Also TBD. It'll probably be a, we'll probably run 2-2. As far as the buy-ins, mins and max to be determined. Not everyone is just a crusher like you saw. We could just, you know, dust off in 2-5. You know, people got bankroll limitations. We're trying to keep it juicy. We don't want anyone's feelings to get hurt, so we'll probably just play 2-2. I told you, I'm going to empty the box, put it all in play. It's going to be like South Florida all over again. Barbecue Hunter says graphics were wrong there. Hunter again with the super nut flush draw here. This time he's got the royal flush draw. Hunter just abusing Guan and Ivan at this point. Kevin Thiel says, I thought you liked souls getting crushed. I just like action, man. I don't care which way it goes. I don't care which way. Preferably the red chips come to me, but you have to give action to get action. So I don't mind giving it out. Right, Johnny?
Well, that's correct.
Kev Boy swinging by the Twitch chat. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Runbat says royal draw, massive draw for Hunter on that flop. Andrew Nicholas says 2-2 deep or regular buy-in. Not quite sure yet. It's kind of going to depend on what we can and can't do as far as the limitations surrounding the room.
Hunter.
What? Is this real life? Raise, flop set, bet. Get called, stack opponent, have 5K, turn quads. Check, slow down, let opponent barrel off. Not Hunter. He's going to stay betting, looks like 75. Brian's going to look him up here with 2 5s.
Oh, almost got there.
I thought that was it. I thought we were gonna hit the over. Hunter's gonna mash it here with 100% of the trays. Brian's thinking about it. He's not convinced. He says maybe my 2 5s are good. I don't know. Oh, no, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He says maybe he's got Queen Jack. Oh, no, he's counting the chips out. He's thinking about it. He's got 1,000 back. I don't think that's right. I don't see any black chips. That looks like about 500 to me. Torrance Gray in the Facebook chat. What's up, buddy? Kevin Walls, what's up? Oh, he makes the call. Hunter's going to show him 4 threes. Tom looked him up. I'm sorry, Brian looked him up with 5s. How good can you possibly run? Raise pre, flop a set, turn quads, mash the river, get called. Hunter's having the dream session. What is happening? Wow, wow, wow. Brian just didn't believe him. He didn't fall for it. He said, maybe my 5s are good. Maybe he's trying to blast me off the hand with queen jack or ace king. I'm going to call. I'm going to bluff catch.
Max Payne.
Wow.
Max
Wow.
value on quads.
I don't know how you could. Hunter moved up here from South Florida. Can you blame him? How could you ever not play?
So
every day
I
in
met
Jacksonville?
Hunter and Alice very early on in Tampa and Hollywood, and they were living there for a while, and they just started coming to the room maybe a year and a half ago, and they decided to move out here. So that tells you something about our poker room that, you know, with the action here, with our consistent action here, that these poker pros and regs like the action, and they want to come on through and play in our room every night.
Hunter told me, he said, you know, I moved to South Florida because I thought that was the best action. And he's like, you know, it is really good incrementally. He's like, but it's good in Jacksonville consistently. We have 9 2-5 games going right now. What a crazy call out of Brian there with pocket 5s. He said, you're not going to bluff me. I'll show you. Wow. Tom Heinlein in the chat says, great room. Thank you. Appreciate that. Kisserbiz says 0 games in Vancouver. That's unfortunate. Johnny and I were just talking about getting up to Vancouver before the end of the year.
Yeah, we had an Alaskan cruise all lined up, and we were planning on at the last leg of the cruise to see what Vancouver was all about before we went back home.
Ochko says, I should buy a beach house and grind. You think? Have you watched a single hand of tonight's game? I agree with you. You should buy a beach house and grind it out here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Now the real estate market here is on fire too. A lot of houses are having trouble getting inventory, so this seller's market. A lot of people are moving out of New York, and a lot of places where it's really expensive, and it's very cheap to live here in Florida too, especially here in Jacksonville.
So I just want to point out that this spot is very interesting with Guan. Do you remember a few hands ago when Hunter flopped top set and Guan spazzed out when he made 3 king, or he tried to rep 3 kings on the river? He acted very fast. In this spot, when he makes 3 kings on the river, he took like a very, very, very long time.
Mm-hmm. Tom, we have about, what, 3 or 4 or 5 PLOs going right now?
Oh, man, it's PLO City in here. We got a 1-2 pot limit Omaha, and then we have 3 5-5 pot limit Omahas. We have 2 Big O's. We have 3 Big O games.
Yeah, that 5-10 PLO list is
5-10
ready to
PLO
start.
list could probably go soon. Some of those names are probably call-ins, but yeah, that list is getting long. Kevin says the Borgata only has 8 2-5 games right now.
I think of all the casinos in Atlantic City, I think Borgata is probably the best for poker.
Hands down.
I mean, you checked what, 2 or 3 spots that had poker? Wasn't all that great.
I think I actually played more poker than you, and the Borgata was hands down the best. I ended up in some rinky-dink, weird card room on the boardwalk. Johnny went to a wedding. I said, come back and get me, and let's go to the Borgata.
I was trying to get you to drive to New York with me for a day.
I wanted to spend the day in beautiful New Jersey, beautiful Atlantic City.
So, dude, New York is only like 2 or 3 hours away. So go check it out. Go have dinner. Drive back. They're like, no, 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 no.
I got to play 1-2 no limit at Bally's because it's the biggest game on the boardwalk. All right, back in the 2-5 action. Todd's calmed down a little bit. He came out swinging the first 45 minutes of the stream. Maybe it was a table image play, you know, just blast off a ton and then batten down the hatches, you know, get paid off with your value hands. Looks like Brian opened up the ace-jack offsuit from the small blind and got called by Joey pretty light. 4-deuce suited on the button. Brian throws out the C-bet. Joey goes away. Bruce Brown, thanks for the kind words, man. We appreciate that. You two are so good at what you do. The room could have no better spokesman. You sell so good, I want to leave the ER and check in on a table. The good news is, buddy, we're 24 hours. We'll be here all night. So whenever you get off, come get your gamble on. But we appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you very much. Nick from Yuma says, how about Craxy last night slamming the table? Craxy, man, is a I don't have the words to describe Craxy, man. He is a marvel of a poker player. He amazes me and confuses me simultaneously to absolutely no end. And I mean that with no negative connotation. He's quite a character. Elijah HBM says, any big pots so far? Yeah, just a few. Just a few. Hunter just bet 2K on the river with quads and got called by third pair. Don's going to open pocket jacks from the button, and Guan's going to look down at 9-8 suited, closing the action. I think you can make an argument for raising or flatting this hand in Guan's spot. It kind of depends on what you're trying to accomplish. You're going to be out of position the rest of the hand. But you've also got a strong hand. You could just flat and play post, play super deep with a hand that plays well, super deep. It's a great spot for him to down bet. He can have all the kings, while Don really can't.
Yeah, but doesn't want to down bet too much and give a good price for Don. I think Don
Goes for
calls
about
here.
half pot. Yeah, about half pot.
I think Don calls here.
Bruce Brown, long drive from Boston. Bummer, bummer, bummer. I think this is a fine spot to check, shut it down. Guan ends up in a little bit of a weird spot here after Don checks back the turn. Got to figure out what to do with 9 high. Unfortunately, with that turn check, I don't think Don's ever folding. He's going to hammer it for, looks like about 230. 290? Is that what I heard? 290?
Yeah, I think it was 290.
Yeah, I'm going to barrel it for about 290. Nick from Huma on it before I could get to it. My guy. Thanks for catching that. What is this guy doing? Get out of my chat. Don makes the call. Shows kings and jacks with a 7. Guan, unfortunately, winds up with 9 high. Tough spot when you 3-bet a hand like that out of position. You're going to have to play the whole. I see both sides of it. I think you can make a case for flatting or 3-betting that hand. 3-betting that hand against a lot of the field, you're going to take down the pre-flop, the action pre-flop. Don's a little bit better player than that. He understands the game a little bit better than the pool, so he's going to defend pretty wide. Unfortunately, he was pretty high up in his range that time. Can't fold 2 jacks in that spot.
Is that a flat from Joey? Okay, no.
Joey's going to raise king to 40 here pre-flop. Brian's going to make the call with 3-4 suited and catch a piece. Let's go. G-Dice, look, G-Dice, I won the over bet. I didn't even think about that when Hunter made quads. We hit the over like the 3rd hand of the stream.
Yeah, he was right at that line too.
Yeah, I mean, he's really good. He'd be an excellent book. Nick from Yuma taking care of the stream. We appreciate it, buddy. Joey's going to bet 200 here with pocket kings.
I think Brian wants the hero again.
Brian said, last time I heroed in this spot did not work out so well. Last time I heroed with 3rd pair, it hurt.
Big Slick, the bad beat is actually posted on the face of our website, not on the active tables, but right in the front of our website does show the bad beat numbers for both Hold'em, Stud, and Omaha.
I think he might be asking if they qualify for the bad beat in this game.
My bad. Okay, I read that wrong.
And the answer is yes. Any of our normal raked games, they qualify for the bad beat. So this table, this 2-5 game, qualifies for all the promos, the bad beat, the high hand, the royal flush, and steel wheel promo.
I wonder if Hunter was able to get his high hand up posted.
I'm not sure. It might have already been too high.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at Chuck out-flopping the ace-king and the ace-queen. Chuck started this hand in 3rd place. Goes from worst to first. He's got to fade a lot of cards, though. He's got to fade all the kings and all the queens. Running 4s would be pretty fun.
I do like this raise from Chuck. Didn't make it too huge.
Yeah, you want to get out some of these drawing hands with a hand like that. Pat said she saw the dealer look up to check. Yeah, on a night like tonight when we have this many cash games, as strong of a hand as quad 3s are, it's likely to be no good for the high hand, unfortunately. I know that's crazy. Oh, wow, can't fade. Brian catches up. Man, that's unfortunate. Oh, man, and Brian just rips it here for 1,100.
There's a snap all in too, so.
I think in Chuck's spot, I think you just have to fold. It's really gross, but I think you just have to fold.
Matting on 300.
Oh, man. This is a gross, gross spot for Chuck. A single raised pot pre-flop also. Brian raised, Chuck just called. A single raised pot. Oh, don't do it, Chuck. Don't do it.
Nah, 2 pairs tough to just lay down.
It is. It's
Knowing it's not the best 2 pair, but it's a tough hand to lay down.
I mean, you're only beating ace queen and ace 10.
Yeah. And
You're
there's-
losing to everything else except king jack. But you also block a lot of king jack.
And Brian did raise pre.
Brian raised pre. He can have all the aces. He can have all the kings. Oh no, Chuck, don't do it. He's got queen. He can have queen 10. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, I think it's a gross one, but I think you just have to fold that one. When the board comes out all connected like that and a guy just rips it anyway, you just have to give him credit for value, you know?
I'm adding on 300.
Brian can have like the queen 10 of hearts in that spot that he's never folding on the flop. Oh, what a cooler for Chuck. Oh, man. Gross one, buddy. Donald says the ace queen got, well, the ace queen got there on the river, sure. Yeah, that's what we said on the flop. Chuck's still got to fade a lot of cards.
Hunter stacks up to 5K now.
I don't know how I would play that hand of Chuck. I don't know if I would just mash it pre-flop or if I would just, you know, wait to see a turn because like half the cards in the deck are bad turn cards. You know what I mean? So there's some merit to keeping the pot small. Oh man, what a sick one. Joey turning bottom set here. Picks up a small one. Run bad. There was a 4-liner on the river. On the turn, it was, the flop was ace, jack, 9, I think. Turn king. Ace, jack, 8, something like that. Andrew Nicholas, thanks, buddy. Thanks for watching. It's been a fun one. I'm rooting for Chuck, though. That's my guy. I wish he could have found the fold in that spot. I think you could make an argument for for exercising some pot control on that flop with Chuck's hand. You know, there's so many bad turn cards. You don't want to see a heart. You don't want to see any Broadway cards. You don't want to see any card that pairs the board that's not a jack. What do you guys think? You guys try to mash it for denial, or do you guys like pot control in that spot? There's a lot of bad turn cards for Chuck's hand.
Either way, it's definitely a cooler.
Bink, flush, right on the turn. With the royal flush redraw. No big deal. 50 bigs in the middle. Big Red says, mash the flop, control, fold the turn. Yeah, but I hate in a spot where you you go bet, check, bet, or bet, check, check. I mean, I get it. I think it's fine. I like check.
I mean, you also
Yeah,
got to
that's a
think
weird
too.
spot.
It's you got ace jack turn 2 pair, pre-flop raiser to 25,
He flopped 2 pair.
flop 2 pair.
The problem is on the turn, you're not beating anything. The other problem is on the flop, like I said, there's no good turn cards. You got to dodge like half the, you want to see like a deuce or like a 4. You know?
You're better off in that spot just smashing the flop. But then again, you know,
Nam says ace jack 4 was the flop. 2 hearts.
But in that spot too, I think any bet, he's still getting action, and Brian's gonna be in there with ace king.
I didn't even notice Brian's outfit today. I'm feeling it. Look at this blazer, this plaid purple blazer combo we have here. This is fantastic. Tricky Hunter says 3 ways full send. I really think you can make the argument either way. 3 ways is almost more of an argument for pot control, you know? You go 3 ways, you have less equity. Obviously, you're sharing all the equity. I think heads up, you can mash it. I think 3 ways, you should pot control it. Kevin Walls, finally home. What do you think about this purple blazer, Kevin Walls? I'm feeling it. That's what I'm going to wear to the meetup game. With no shirt underneath. Maybe a tank top.
Matt Savage used to have his weird purple maroon suit that he used to wear on the final tables, and
Like the Joker.
yeah, and he finally retired it at one of our WPTs a few years ago. We had a little fire. And
I remember this.
we burnt it,
In the parking lot.
and then somebody got him another suit that was almost exactly like it.
I bet Jesse lost a suit to him in golf.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? Did Jesse have to buy him a suit after a round of golf?
I don't know what it was, but Matt had a lot of history with that suit, and I really didn't want to burn it, but I think he might have lost a bet.
Nick says Brian, sponsored by Men's Warehouse, coming out clean on a Friday night. The plaid purple sports coat. I don't know how it eluded me up until now, but I'm into it. I'm feeling it. Sean says the pre-flop raise should have been given some thought. So we also have to think that when Brian rips it on the turn here, he can also have pocket kings with the king of hearts that he didn't want to get rid of on the flop. That happens very often, you know, especially in low stakes, mid stakes cash. Even with an ace on the board, players still continue with pocket kings. So we have to give him pocket kings as well as ace king.
Yeah, I like the pot control a little better, only because like 2 pair is such a tough hand, because you can't improve all that much, and you want to leave yourself outs to fold.
You do want to leave yourself outs to fold, especially when both players are 200 plus big blinds deep. The more I think about it, the more I like pot controlling there with Chuck. It sounds kind of weird with a hand as strong as top 2 pair, but you could kind of just turn that hand into a bluff catcher, you know, 3 ways on a bad board.
Yeah,
And an even worse turn card.
Yeah, I didn't mind the way Chuck played the hand, but I think he could have found a fold when Brian shifted on him.
Zach says ace king isn't going anywhere on the flop. Exactly. Hearts aren't going anywhere on the flop. Ace queen's never folding on the flop. Queen 10's going to peel at a high frequency. So, like I said, there's just no good turn cards for Chuck's hand. The only thing you want to see with Chuck's hand is an ace or a jack.
No, even the ace wouldn't be good either.
Well, if you turn an ace in that spot, it's much less likely that you're facing ace queen or ace king. Oh, look at this run out for Guan. Finally flops a set with pocket trays. Goes for the big bet here. Hunter's trying to figure out how many 6s he could give him in this spot. Nick from Yuma says, I like the zip-up hoodie with no shirt underneath. I like that, too, because you can go from, 0 to 100 real quick with just one zip, or one unzip, I should say. Hunter does find the fold. We've seen Hunter in this spot before on these runouts. I guess he finds a couple of sixes that he can give him that makes sense. Kevin says Hunter is still running good. Yeah, turned quads, mashed the river, got called by third pair.
Well, he's also playing very well too. His
Yeah, I
sizings
mean-
have been really on point.
Yeah, Johnny's got a really good point. Like, Hunter's an incredible player, so just to say, like, he's running good isn't really fair. It doesn't give him enough credit. Hunter's a really incredible player, and he always has his finger, like, right on the pulse of the game.
One of the tougher parts of playing this game, especially in deep stack poker, is just your sizing. So, getting all the great values is kind of an art.
Forgot the high hand against me.
That's true. All right, let's take a look at the stats so far. We've seen a couple of we had a couple of crazy hands. so far in
Whoa!
this
Is
game.
that high hand paperwork?
That does look like high hand paperwork. Looks like Hunter's quad trays might have been good. Spoke
Yeah.
too soon.
That's
Hunter
right.
up 3,300. Wow. So surprisingly, nobody's really stuck that much. It looks like everyone's just cumulatively stuck Hunter's winnings, basically. We did also lose KK. KK left a little money in the game.
Yeah, everybody pretty much max bought in this game. So,
Pat Tyner says the clipboard lady. That's her official title from now on.
high hand lady,
Clipboard lady.
high hand girl. That's
Yeah.
how we call her.
Hunter's going to raise the 10-8 suited. Take that one down. Blind versus blind.
Well, you're definitely going to be running pure if your quad trays was able to capture the high hand tonight with this many live games out there.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it was good for 500 today. I think 500 is the high hand.
Wow.
So not only does Brian dust off to you with 2 5s, you pick up an extra 500. It's like a $3,000 pot right there with quads.
Yeah, and there's over, 25 games out in the room now? Well over that. And for quad trays to hold, that's huge.
I'm going to check the high hand right now. I think it's 500 every 30. $400 every 20 or 30 tonight. Good enough. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for hanging out with myself, Dustin Shacklock, my good friend Johnny Pham on a Friday night playing 2-5, no limit, deep stack cash. If you haven't heard the news, you can come play live with us on May 30th at Best Bet Orange Park. Me and Johnny will be giving it away, per usual. Alex says, where's Flopper and his hot dogs? Who cares? Pretty good turn card for Todd here. Turns a jack with the jack of spades. He's going to get after it here. EDZ says, hello, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Up almost 4K. Not a bad 2 hours work. Todd's going to take this one down. About time. Todd's game got off to a little bit of a rough start. Picked up a big hand earlier. Got paid. Probably got him close to even. He might be slightly in the black. That was Jabay. Jabay was the hot dog bandit. Folded pocket queens while mashing a hot dog. On like a jack high board, like jack 6-6 or something. Or 6 jack, I think.
You know, Jabay's in our dealing class.
Is he?
Yeah.
I hope they just put that video on repeat. Brian flopping middle pair and the nut flush draw in a purple blazer. Checks it. Hunter's got a gutter ball to the deuce. Man, what a turn card for Brian. He can't get his chips in there fast enough. That's half pot here with 3 9s and the nut flush draw. Hunter's going to get out of the way. Chuck's going to get out of the way. Brian's going to take that one down.
So again, guys, if you haven't heard, we are holding 2 job fairs here in May for both properties. We're looking for list attendants, poker dealers, chip runners, porters, cage tellers, count team members, and surveillance operators. First job fair will be on May 13th from 3 to 7 at Orange Park, and the next one will be held on Sunday, May 16th from 3 to 7 here at Jack's.
If you guys have any questions about what any of those job titles are, just feel free to ask.
About that time to feed Wilfred, Chuck.
It's a great company. We offer full benefits, 401k. You can play poker at the other properties. There's a lot of perks to working here. It's got a corporate environment infrastructure with all the fun and all the perks of a non-corporate feeling job. It's cool. It's a cool industry.
The other nits that just stay silent.
Andrew says, what about part-time shills?
That's disrespectful.
No nits allowed.
Yeah, I don't think that's really much of a thing anymore. It used to be in the past, but not a lot of shells are employed in a lot of poker rooms. I think the last one that I heard of shells being operated was like in California or at Bay 101 or Matrix.
Yeah, Torrance, if you work at this location, you got to play in Orange Park, but, I mean, who cares? I play in Orange Park. It's awesome. Games are good. They're running a 5-10 game right now. Get Him Money says, is Todd from the NY area? I think he is from Boca, maybe by way of New York. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his, where he's from. And Porte says, can you smoke while you play? Only if you can time travel back to 1982. Actually, it wasn't that long ago you could smoke in a poker room. 20 years, 25 years?
No. Let's say 11 to 12 years. I remember the Palms in Vegas was one of the last few places that you could smoke in the poker room.
That's fair. I started playing in 2007, and most rooms had already done away with smoking at that point.
Which is weird to think now, because I would never think of like smoking at the table.
It sounds so gross.
It sounds
right?
so gross.
It sounds so weird.
But you know you're in a good game where a guy's sparking a cigarette at the table with the lighting the other end of the cigarette and just pushing chips in the pot.
Yeah, you know it's going to be a juicy one. Yeah, I would say like probably mid-2000s, smoking in poker rooms kind of died out. It won't be long before you don't see them in casinos at all.
No, I think a lot of casinos now have separate areas where it's non-smoking.
Sure. Mingo says 20 years ago in Naples, people smoking was the worst. Yeah, I bet it's pretty gross. Sean says, obviously, we are not smokers.
No.
Former smokers.
Very former. I used to smoke a lot, and I just quit about 2 years ago. That was one of those things, too. I can only really smoke. I needed to smoke if I was playing cards.
I flopped top 2 on that hand.
I was never a fan of smoking inside. Even when I was a smoker, I always preferred to be
I
outside.
couldn't decide if you had ace king.
Either the flush draw or ace four, something like that.
I didn't have any hearts, so I
Back in the game with the players having all the hearts.
king or flush draw.
All the hearts are gone.
Ace king, which
Everyone getting a piece of this flop.
maybe I should have told you I folded ace queen. Would have made your decision easier.
Little piece for everybody here. Don in the lead with top pair. Todd's going to call him second pair. Board gets a little more sticky. Ace of spades, not a good card for either player. Nobody likes that card. It's already 50 bigs in the middle. Don's getting ready for the double barrel here.
Yeah? 9. I couldn't beat the ace king.
Oh, no kidding. You had bear king or
That I was not able to beat.
you had bear king? No. Well, I had ace queen there.
Oh, that's what I was hoping he would have. And
Don bets 185 into 260.
oh, well.
Todd's going to make the call here with third pair.
Bluff, it's your fault.
I love the I'm a mad. I have issues. Fucking never come on the stream ever.
Oh, I'm sorry. Todd makes the raise here. Almost a min click. Don bets 185. Todd makes it 400. Nice play by Todd. In position, gets to close the action, gets the fold out of Don. Todd scoops a nice one there. Nice raise out of Todd. I was trying to figure out what he could be doing by calling there. But he went for a bluff, kind of disguised as a value bet, and it worked. Looks like a pre-flop straddle out of Chuck here in the 9 seat. Joey's going to make the call. Ace 10 suited. I'm sorry, makes the raise to 35. Brian's going to call ace 5 suited. Looks like Don's going to rack him up.
How many are you offering?
Chuck's going to get priced in here with the 10-7 off, and we're going 4 ways to the flop. Everyone's got a real hand except for Chuck. That means he's going to smash it. Oh, wow. Just flops the joint for Joey as the pre-flop raiser. That's a pretty great feeling also. And look at Ivan with the second nut flush. Joey went way too small here in a 4-way pot. Bets 30 into 140. There's almost no turn bet that doesn't look weird in Joey's spot right now. You know what I'm saying, Johnny?
Yeah.
So like if he goes super big, it looks weird. And then if he also goes super small, it looks weird.
Oh, they both.
So now he bets 50. Oh man, just losing out on piles of value.
Yeah, that paired board definitely killed the action there.
Yeah, but still, just losing out on a ton of value. Oh man, it feels like he won the min in that spot, right?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
almost a 100 big blind pot, but it feels like he won the min. Maybe it's because we can see the hole cards.
Yeah. And I guess the guy that has the second nut flush.
Yeah, he feels like he won the hand. He's like, "Oh, you have the nut flush? Oh man, I feel like I won the hand.
Right.
I got off the hook for $80."
Well, I feel good for losing them in.
I mean, he bet 200 on the river, but he's, you know, whatever. Fleetwood Mac says plays one hand, flops second nuts, and is stone dead. Yeah, pretty much. But still, like me and Johnny said, he feels like he won the hand. He got off so cheap on every street. He's like, cool, I got to see $280 showdown with the second nuts. Perfect. I would be ecstatic if I was in Ivan's shoes. Nick said, did Don end up winning or losing? I'm pretty sure Don booked a pretty solid win. Looks like Ivan might be going for the seat change. That seat's been pretty rough to him so far tonight. Oh, no, he's not. Looks like he's just stretching his legs. I just don't see his chips. Maybe Chuck's head's in the way.
Yeah, if it was on Hunter's right, I definitely would be considering moving seats, especially if I haven't been running too well.
Hunter's going to take advantage of his position, his big stack, and his image. Going to get a little light with it, raising king 7 offsuit. Joey's going to defend from the big. Jack 9 suited. Somehow Hunter's king high is in the lead. Great spot for a C bet. Yep, down bet a little bit. Joey's going to snap fold.
7-2 is the worst hand. 8-3 is the second worst. That's what I folded.
Buddy, you're never a loser in a blazer like that.
8-3, ace 8-3, bang.
Are we changing the game?
That's a winner's blazer, if I've ever seen one.
We have a long list, so they wouldn't change it. Oh, okay.
Johnny Fan, what are you going to wear to the meetup game? Something similar to Brian? Maybe a sweater vest?
I'm gonna go classy and wear a full-on tuxedo.
I like that. I like that move.
Tuxedo and shorts.
Yeah, you want to be able to air it out on the bottom half. You don't want to get too sweaty down there.
Go on, pocket aces.
About time, buddy. Pretty good flop for pocket aces.
Probably the best flop for pocket aces.
Do you want to know the grossest hand I ever dealt when I was dealing?
Let's hear it.
So one guy has pocket kings. One guy has ace king. The flop comes 3-3 king. They get all the money in. The turn comes 3. The river comes 3.
No.
Yeah, that was the grossest beat I ever dealt when I was a dealer.
I actually want a pot like that, just bluffing into it, and it goes quads. I have like ace high. The guy flopped the boat. I triple barrel into it, and my ace high is good on the quad board.
Runs out quads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I did the math, and it was like something like less than a 1% chance for him to win the pot on the flop. Daniel says ace, ace all night. I know. Aces have been hot. There we go. Ivan is moving seats. Looks like he's going to take the big blind now here from the 3 seat. He says, get me out of this awful seat. There's 8,000 in chips immediately to my left. I can't do anything.
Yeah, if there's any reason for you to change tables or change seats, this is the reason why. Is you don't want to have the player that's playing the best, running the best, and be to his right.
I'm going to be honest with you guys, though. I'm a big fan of not using the seat change option. I think it's bad for the game, and I think players use it as a crutch too much.
Well, sometimes, I mean, you want to be able to have a good position on, like, the good players, so.
Yeah, but that's not how you become a good player. You know, seat jockeying the good and the bad players doesn't make you any better of a player.
Well, it's also, like, within your skill set, too, so. You want to be able to play a variant of your game, and sometimes sitting on that spot with him, and you can't devise a way to outplay him.
I agree.
It's better to have better position on him, so you can open up a little bit more.
I agree with that.
Especially in tournaments. That's especially the case in tournaments.
Sure.
Where it sucks when you just stuck in that seat, and then you just squeeze between 2 gigantic stacks.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're wanting your table to break.
So Ivan changes seats and immediately picks up ace-queen suited. Check call lead. Usually a pretty strong value-oriented hand.
Well, for me, Foxwoods is like 20 minutes closer.
Alright, I hope this guy, is he buying for a min? 300?
I was thinking about wearing a wetsuit to the meetup game. What do you think about that? That way if I spill drinks on myself, or if, you know, if something weird happens, it doesn't matter.
I think I'm going to get you a onesie, and you play in a onesie.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. I like that one.
I'll pick your character. I mean, you can pick your character. You could be a unicorn, or you can be a squirrel.
Okay, all right. Brian's going to raise the ace-9 offsuit from the button. Joey's going to defend jack-10 off, and we're going heads up to the flop. Oh, wow. Run bad. Not a lot of people in this chat would be able to decipher that, but yeah. I actually love 7-card stud.
I live here.
Ryan goes from best to worst to best here on the turn to best dressed the whole time.
Orange City.
He's going to bomb it.
That's the same thing though. That's best.
No, that's Orange Park is like 40 minutes south of here.
Okay.
But they
One bet says calculated the odds on that one. 141 million to 1. That's incredible. If you get a chance, Saul, you'll actually probably enjoy this. Go to the Twitch page and bring up our radio show from this past Wednesday. We had a mathematician named Jimmy Lyons who broke down the odds of a really interesting spot where a player called all 5 board cards almost directly.
the worst people, worst management.
Yeah.
The worst.
So the hand goes like this. 2 guys get it all in pre-flop in a tournament.
Don't give them any
One guy has jacks, the other guy has ace jack offsuit. The guy with pocket jack says the board's going to come case jack or 7-8-9. Boom, flop comes 7-8-9.
Oh, I saw this video.
Yeah.
He called every single streak
He
to the suit.
Well, not the flop. He just said 7-8-9 flop.
No, there's a video of a guy who actually called every single streak.
This is the same video. So then he says the turn's going to come 4 of spades. Bink, 4 spades on the turn. So then he says the river's going to come deuce of hearts. Bink, deuce of hearts.
Okay, same video.
Yeah, so we bring Jimmy Lyons on the radio show, and we talk about the odds of that actually happening, and he breaks down how to calculate it. It was actually really interesting. Saul, I think you might actually enjoy it. But rolled aces over rolled tens. You guys both get your case card is pretty insane.
Straw man, if you're ever inside the room and you find myself or Dustin, we'll give you some Best Bet Live swag. We got a lot of like Best Bet Live shirts.
Yeah, we
too.
got piles of it back here.
So come on down, guys. If you see us around the room, we'll hook you up.
It's not good. It's just weird. I mean, no, I'm not.
Any of you guys in the chat, if you guys see me or Johnny in the room, come find us. We could probably dig you up a T-shirt or something. Don't come find me in the middle of high hand when I'm getting my teeth kicked in the 2-2 section. Come find me when it's nice and chill. We'll get you some Best Bet Live swag. We're trying to get the brand out there.
Oh, it's out there.
We're trying to grow this channel.
I've
We
seen
know
our-
we're the best. We got to prove it.
I've seen our merch all the way down in live streams and also found
Oh, that's so
tables down
sick.
in California, in Vegas, South Florida. It's everywhere, man. Mid-states.
Andrew Nicholas asking about the video with the mathematician Jimmy Lyons. It's on our Twitch page. It's our most recent radio show. It'll be labeled 1010 XL presents Best Bet Live radio show, and it's from this past Wednesday, the 4th, I think.
I was thinking of moving camps to like Fort Lauderdale because they have 510.
It was either the 4th or the 5th. It might have been it was the 5th. It was 5-5. We had a special guest, Jimmy Lyons, a mathematician and a mathematics teacher at Bowles High School.
Possibly the United States.
Pretty cool stuff.
You know what, Dustin, put this link in, and this is the video of the guy calling out all the hands. It's insane. If you,
Yeah, I
if you
can drop that.
search on YouTube, guy calls all streaks poker, it's the very first video that comes up. If you got a good 3 minutes to spare, watch this whole thing go down. It's insane.
Yeah, I'll drop that link for you guys, and then I'll drop the link.
What's bad though, it's
Jimmy
like
Lyons.
it's on the live stream too, and like any
Yeah.
producer is like, you can't be saying this stuff. No.
Yeah, it looks a little weird.
It's very weird.
They have a whole H.P. Lovecraft tour of the old neighborhoods and things.
But I'm sure it's been done before. But this time it's been captured on video, which is and this is a tournament, so.
Well, you're not graduated yet, right? Yeah, not yet. So you don't quite have one yet. You'll get there. I don't think you're going to flunk out.
I am a high school graduate as of now.
Oh, Bird, newcomer in the game, holding pocket kings.
Do you think Asher will pick up anytime soon?
Well, you know when those tournament series start, right? I assume you want to play bigger no.
Joey with this Jack 6 of hearts.
When he cashed it.
There's a flop.
Right.
Joey's going to make the call, and Bird's going to pile.
Oh, these guys will accommodate you. You want to play a little bit.
Oh, man, Joey has the call. You don't call preflop with a hand like Jack-6 just to fold when you make one pair.
No, it's a,
Yeah, I'm saying I might have to move.
Both players with red cards in their hands.
we got
Joey's going to go for about 2/3 here.
every day.
I don't think you can fold the overpair. Oh, man. Ouch.
Oh, he mucks the kings?
Just snap folds 2 red kings right there.
Whoa.
Ouch, ouch. What is this guy doing?
This guy was one of the slowest Fridays.
So I was like,
First of all, I'd never be able to get on the table with you.
Guys, if you want to get swag sent your way, you got to win the giveaways. You got to tune in on Wednesday nights to win the giveaways. That's the only way to get swag in the mail. Otherwise, you got to catch me or Johnny Pham in the room. Third option, come to the meetup game, May 30th. Come hang out with us, get some swag, get some of our red chips.
Yeah, I'll make sure, guys, that we have plenty of shirts and merch to kind of roll out.
What do you think the likelihood is we might see an appearance from Papa Sage? Medium, 50-50.
Medium. Although I would like to have Mac in the game.
Mac in the game would be pretty juicy.
Mac and Tommy in the game. Although they're very good at mixed games at PLO, they're awful in Hold'em.
I saw a question I wanted to answer in the YouTube chat, but it moved too fast, so I missed it. I think King's in that spot. You could probably check call all day. Check call 2 streets. I think it's fine to bet check check. Unfortunately, you still have to fade a river. It's really hard to call if a 4th spade comes on the river. Bird gets a little heat over that fold in the chat. It's easy when we're on this side of it, guys. I will say that. I mean,
Yeah,
I know I've made pretty some bad folds and Hold'em before.
10K, 10 million guaranteed. That's
oh, in Las Vegas?
yeah. That's during this time. Yeah, I saw time period.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's really ambitious.
I just wish the off fold was open.
I think I'm going to wear all the swag to the meetup game, like the kid from the Christmas Story. And so, like, if you want swag, I'm just going to have to peel it off and give it to you.
Yeah, you just lose a pot and you bet your shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to wear all the swag. All the XLs, all the double XLs, all the hoodies. And I'm just going to throw them in the pot. Kevin, we don't have hoodies yet. They, I don't know where they are. I don't know what the holdup is on the hoodies. I don't run the.
Yeah, I do like those Best Bet Live hoodies, but you guys only had a couple of them.
They were prototypes. We got the prototype exclusive Best Bet Live hoodies in the springtime in Florida.
Do you guys ever play Bugatti?
Bob swinging by the YouTube chat. What's up, Bob? I don't know if you heard. Meetup game May 30th. Be cool if you can make it down. I know you got a pile of tournament vouchers. You can make a weekend out of it.
Honestly, like, you ever seen like Resident Evil where zombies take over the world and everything's all messed up? Like, that's what Atlantic City looks like.
Oh, wow. Hunter is not wrong. Shots fired on Atlantic City.
Bogata's like the final fortress that they still have secured, you know?
It's like you don't leave the premise.
All things being true, that's the same kind of interpretation I got from going to Atlantic City.
That's the most accurate description I've ever heard of Atlantic City.
It's dangerous. It's not pretty. It's dangerous and it's a shithole. Yeah, that's not pretty.
You don't leave the casino there. No point in leaving.
Johnny and I were very surprised at the state of affairs in Atlantic City when we went. We had a good time, but it was not what we expected. I think the most disappointing thing about Atlantic City was the food selection. Like, Remember that one night we were there, it was like 11 o'clock, and we were like, let's not eat at the casino tonight. Let's go somewhere else and find food.
Yeah.
And we couldn't find food past like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I think everything
And then we were like,
down.
okay, I guess we'll just eat at the casino for the 5th night in a row.
But, you know, they changed things. They used to take care of the couple players. They used to have time rate, you know, like a 2-5 game, which is like, is probably the best rate in the country. COVID killed everything, man.
For real.
Check 7, check 8, check 9. Check 7. Check 8, check 9, jump 3 once.
Brian, I didn't catch all of it, but it was very very accurate.
We got down on some oysters though on our last night. That was pretty good.
At a casino. Wow, we are opening another 2-2 game with 4 more on the list. We're going for 12 2-2 games. And a 5-10 PLO simultaneously. Still got 8 2-5s. Juicy night here at Best Bet. Guy Turner just got in from Biloxi, 3-way chop in today's tourney. That's cool. I'm going in June. What's the state of affairs like in Biloxi currently?
So Dustin, I definitely need to check out what's going on at Orange Park because right now they have 7 2-2s, 3 2-5s, 2 5-10s.
5-10 and a must move.
Yeah.
9 calls, 1 fold.
He's picking up a hand every time.
Somebody's juicy's got to be in the game.
Are there good food options outside of the casino?
So again, guys, if you're ever curious about what games we're running in the room, we have a new feature on our website. If you hit the active tables link in the tab, it will show you all of our games that are being run and how many are on the list on both properties.
It's such a great tool. It's got to be underutilized because nobody's talking about it. You just sign into the website, see how many live games we have running between both properties. It's huge. I use it all the time.
25-minute drive, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I have no car.
If it's too far away.
Everything's gonna be on foot for me.
Sometimes during the daytime in Orange Park, if there's only like one game going, it could be like a huge wait. So like if I am going at like noon on a weekday, I'll just open it up and I'll be like, oh man, there's one on the list. I'm going to be second on the list. It's going to take forever to get in the game.
I've been to the creek one and the one on the beach.
Or the opposite, like, oh, there's like 6 on the list. If I show up there and get on, they'll just snap open a game, get right in.
I didn't know they had one on Atlantic. Okay.
Yeah, does anybody have the inside track on Orange Park if they're in the room? Let me know who's playing 5-10 there. Oh, or there's a juicy whale in the game.
Raise some 25, 1 fold. Actions on the book. 25. 2 folds. 3 calls.
Todd going to make this call here with pocket deuces. Ivan calling 7-6 suited out of the small blind after Hunter opens ace tray suited wheel cards. A little bit of everything on this flop. Everybody catches a piece. Todd got that nut heart draw there with the deuce of hearts one time. Kevin Walls, contrary to popular belief, Ian is not a whale. I played a lot of hands with Ian, and he's a pretty good hold'em player. I'm not going to put that man's business out there, but I know for a fact that he smashes that 5-10 game. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Quick look at the stats. We're 83 hands into this 2-5 no-limit deep stack cash game, and Hunter still steamrolling the field. Pretty incredible that Guan stuck the most in the game. Is only stuck 650. A lot of that could be Ivan changing seats and KK dusting off and hitting the rail.
Oh, yeah?
Andrew says, I just watched the video of the dude calling flop, turn, and river. Pretty crazy, right?
They're like, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
What a sweat, too. They both had a jack. What a sweat for the chop. Andrew Nicholas, head over to the Twitch page when you get some time and check out the radio interview with Jimmy Lyons. It's pretty cool when he breaks down the odds of that actually happening. Something to run for the whole run out, it ends up being something like 1 in 100,000 for him to call all 5 cards.
How about you drop the link? I'm sure.
I can do that. I'm qualified.
We'll make it easier for everybody.
I can actually do that.
It's nice that we have our radio show that we have a lot of guests that come on the show that have a lot of cool insight on the game. So having a mathematician come in and break down that situation is awesome.
Right? How cool is that?
4 folds, 6 folds, 7 folds, 8 folds, 9 folds.
Or if we just make life easy and easier, but I'll like that for 2 weeks.
Play through some people in there.
All right, I'm going to drop, for those of you guys that are interested, I'm going to drop the link in all 3 platforms for that video of that interview with Jimmy Lyons on the radio show. Pretty cool stuff where he breaks down the probability of that guy being able to call all 5 board cards. Very smart guy. Bob says it has to be greater than that. Well, the tricky part is what he actually says is he says it's going to come case jack or 8, 9, 10. So we break down the probability based on case jack XX flop and 7, 8, 9 flop. It's like literally the one radio show that you missed. I don't know how. You've been in every radio show for years. The one radio show you miss is the one where we break this one down. Scott flopping the royal draw here has over 99% of the equity in the hand. Flops the royal draw with Broadway. Scott sits down first hand. Mr. Scott, one of my favorite people on the planet.
Would have liked him to play that a little bit slower. If he had binked the Queen of Spades, would have earned him another $100 and Scotty vests or some more best bet merch.
I think he just wanted somebody to spaz out and play back at him.
Also true.
Mr. Scott and Miss Deb, 2 of my favorite people on the planet. Glad to see him back in the room. It's been a long time. Racer Nerd, shout out to you. If you're watching, make sure you're hitting that like, follow, and subscribe button so me and Johnny can still have a job in the morning. You guys are awesome, by the way. Shout out to you guys. Always getting our back, looking out for us. Kevin says, Ian's splashy. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's laggy, but he's good. I played a lot of hands with Ian. He knows what he's doing. He just knows how to, he's like Hunter, you know, he just knows how to apply pressure in the right spots and get folds, man. Bob, sorry to hear that, buddy. Hope it all gets resolved soon, and we'll see you back in the chats in the radio show, keeping us on our toes.
It's like right in Regency Mall there. Excellent.
Looks like Joey limping in the straddle pot here. Brian's going to bump it up with the 10-8 suited. Hunter's going to defend the straddle from the button. That's going to give Joey a good price to come along with the Queen 5 suited. A bunch of junky hands so far in this pot. Somehow Queen 5 is the best hand on the flop for Joey.
So did the 5 tango right now? For the 30?
I don't think so, but it'll start right after this is over.
That's gonna be enough to get Hunter out of the way. Joey leads 4 of clubs turn.
I'll go up there and start yelling at people, you're going to give me some action or what? And then it'll go. Yeah, it was about to go. Like, when this stream started, and then they call people.
Joey takes that one down. Somehow Queen 5 suited was the best hand in a single raise pot 3 ways.
Some super action guy sits down, like it's a joke. Like,
I mean, I sat down with like bullets loaded, and they were like,
I'm all about just like sitting down and starting a game. You know what I mean? Yesterday I played a guy heads up for 3 hours until the game filled up, and we got
7 minutes to 20.
Yeah, you guys make sure to hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. We're going to start, Johnny Pham and I are going to get in the lab, start putting out some more content for you guys. We do have a newly released hand of the week from a pretty fun turn spot in a different 2-5 game.
Yeah, I want to do a montage of a player that made the final table or a trifecta main event. He came into day 2 with 11K, which is 1.5 big blinds, and was able to take that stack, because we brought back 19 players, take that stack and then ladder all the way up to 4th or 5th place.
It's pretty
and
incredible.
he got it in on the final table at least 10 or 12 times.
That's pretty sick. That's the dream right there, you know?
oh yeah, that guy's action.
and the kid that sat that went up first, I mean, it was wild. I didn't realize how much he was bluffing until I actually watched it. It was crazy. I mean, he did it right, but
Pretty good flop for Brian here. Scott's got a gut shot here to the straight flush. Not sure what just happened. I think Brian raised with a full house here.
7-3.
Brian almost cannot lose this hand. As you can see in the top right-hand corner, Scott has 1 out to win.
Scott wants to hit that straight flush.
Scott wants to hit the straight flush. I want him to hit it kind of too. Although I really like Brian's blazer. Oh, wow.
Another
Quads. Quads times 2. This one, unfortunately, does not count for the high hand. Check raised. Check raised with the full house. Thank you, Zach, for the clarification. That makes sense. I see it now on the left-hand side.
No,
You have to bet this spot, Brian. Do not check. Mash it. Oh, he mashes it. Yeah, I don't think you have to go that big, but you have to bet that spot.
The all in.
You got to bet that spot. Nobody's ever folding anything in that spot. Unfortunately, Scott just had dust, and he had to fold.
I mean, you kind of want to have, like, you know, a king call you there. Or
Oh, yeah,
pocket pair.
100%.
Not the only one that can double that in on the river.
His hand does kind of look exactly like what it is, though, when he check raises the flop.
You got quads.
P-Shake says, Brian, are you a cop? Raising with the second nuts.
Put in 150 and pray that he can call you.
Bob says lost value there. Not really. I mean, Scott ended up on the river with dust. Can't call anything.
Please have something you can.
And you can't check.
Yeah, but you're shutting it down. Like, who really is going to be calling you going all in that spot, you know? I would at least like to go for a thin value.
Yeah, absolutely. Jim Bonano says worst played hand ever with a flopped full house. That's a bit extreme, but yeah, it wasn't my favorite play with a full house. Pretty action-packed game so far. It's been a pretty juicy lineup. I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of action, even just in the first 45 minutes of the game.
UTG Lab straddle. Joe with ace Dewey.
Did oh, it looks like Joey just limps the suited wheel cards. Brian's gonna raise. king 5 of clubs one time. I think you got to raise those suited wheel cards. I hate limping with those type of hands.
Absolutely.
You just put yourself in weird post-flop spots with hands that you can win a lot pre-flop with. See, like you're just check folding there and just incinerating that money pre-flop, but you could have raised, and I don't know if Brian would have called with king 5 suited, you know. Maybe he's on the button. You just check raise the full house. He's got a purple blazer. Maybe he calls with king 5 suited, but maybe you just take down the dead money a lot of the time.
It's also good in those spots too, where your head's up and you're gonna raise pre-flop and then c-bet. You're most likely, not most likely, but a lot of the times you are gonna be able to pick up small pots here and there.
Yeah,
even though you miss the flop, you're hoping the other player also misses the flop.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, I'll go out there.
Bruce says Brian's come back since those pocket 5s. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man, Bird coming out strong here with the mystery hand. Anytime you see a guy come into the pot with 2 handfuls of chips, he's got a big hand. I'm going to give you guys a hack, a poker game hack right now. If the guy bets with 2 hands, he's got a monster. Tell me you've ever seen anybody do it as a bluff. There's going to be the one guy in the chat that says, I saw somebody do it with a bluff one time. Sure. But if a guy bets with 2 hands, he's got a monster. Hunter says, that's fine. I have Jack. Let's play for it all. He says, Bird, not quite deep enough. He says, I'm fine dusting off 100 big blinds with Jack in this spot. It's fine. 100 big blinds, no big deal. I've got 3,500 in front of me. Let's flip. Oh, wow. What a sweat. What a sweat. Doesn't get there. I'm imagining that Bird is good. Oh, some Bird shows up with king 10 in this spot for 3 of a kind? What just happened? I don't think that's the hand that Hunter expected him to table in that spot. I think when Hunter didn't bink a queen, he probably thought he was behind. He probably thought he was up against aces, kings, or queens. But I don't think he expected to lose to king 10 offsuit. Victor Reese says he mucks king, but shoves king 10 off. All right, the floodgates are open. Let's get juicy. King 10 offsuit. Yeah, nice read, right? Right after I said that when a guy piles 2 handfuls of chips in, he has a strong hand, the guy shows king 10 offsuit for rolls. He bluffed me. I thought he was going to show up with kings or aces. For sure. In my brain, I was like, the worst hand he shows up with here is ace-queen suited. Pat says, Bird has working capital now. I like the way you described that. You're exactly right. Zach with the throw-up emoji. I'm sure that's how Hunter feels right now. Runbat says, it's not offsuit, it's half suited. Yeah, it's half suited. I double block his big suited hands. Look at Todd getting after it with king 9 offsuit here. Against the guy who check raised the full house earlier. All right, Bird, you got me pretty good. You did the two-hand bet with the bad hand. What kind of hand can Brian have in this spot? Hearts? Board pairs on the river, and Todd just going to rip it. Going to keep the story alive. I think he thinks Brian has hearts here. Ooh, Brian asked for the count. Oh, man. What kind of hand can Brian possibly have here? Burnell Harris says, this is a good game. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it is. It's been good all day.
Just no shrimp. Yep.
V in the chat, got my back, says Dustin is the smartest of all commentators. I'm not, but I appreciate it. To be fair, if I was in Hunter's spot with Hunter's hand, wow, Brian folds whatever it was that he had, and Todd shows the bluff. Wow. To be fair, if I'm in Hunter's spot with 2 jacks, I just gamble for 100 big blinds also. Even though he did the double-handed 4-bet, I just gamble for 100 big blinds in that spot. 100 big blinds, it's just whatever. If I have a hand like jacks or queens, we just gamble. I don't know, man. This Brian guy's wild. He might have folded an ace in that spot. He check raised the full house. Bob says ace X, maybe a weak ace. I think like ace 10 plus might call in that spot. It was a pretty big rip out of Todd. Todd's been a little card dead. He had to find a way to make a move. And he shows the bluff. That's right. Bob says Brian's going to tilt now. Sean says, I'm sure he had King 9 beat. I would assume so after tanking that long. I thought he might have had hearts, but clearly not. Victor says the big stack lost one and ran. Actually, I think Hunter's probably going to 5-10 PLO. They just opened a 5-10 pot limit Omaha game upstairs. I'm assuming that's probably where Hunter's going to play. This time Guan with Jack. Going to make it 35 to go. Gets called by Bird. Gets called by Ivan. Oh, I'm sorry, Ivan raised 9-8 suited. Got called by Jack. King 8 off. And Queen Tray offsuit. King 8 offsuit outflops them all. Bird flops top pair here. Numbskully says Brian didn't have an ace that hand. King 8 offsuit gets the check mark.
I don't know why Bird shut down there on a turn.
I don't know, man. I can't pretend to know what's going through this guy's head anymore. He got me with the King 10 offsuit.
And look at the pocket kings.
After he mucked the pocket kings and then shows up with King 10 offsuit in a 200 big blind pot. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. 2-5 Deep Stack Cash Friday night. Myself and Johnny Fan
For the drop only. Just for the jackpot.
Oh.
hanging out, having a good time.
Name a more useless chip than fucking two chip.
6 folds. My old casino had a $4 chips raised.
Oh my god. $4 chip?
Yeah. Full time.
This time, Bird picking up Queen Deuce suited.
It was like a big, like,
Looks like the graphics
16.
might have spazzed out.
That new chip to 25?
He's going to raise to 25. Queen Deuce suited one time.
2 players, guys.
Looks like Joey's thinking about making the call here with 5 tray off. Oh, I'm sorry. We're on the flop. I see what's happening. Okay. I got confused there for a second by the flop lag, but I'm caught up now. Eights and fives with a queen for Brian. Gonna give him the check mark. Ooh, Bird calls it off here. Everything gets there. The flush, the straight, all the 2-pair combos.
Calls off at 275. Ew.
Calls off for 275. I guess anything's possible with this guy. Guy, I'm going to go to Biloxi, I think, on the 16th of June. I think. I got to look at my calendar, but I think the 16th through the 19th, or the 20th, something like that.
Yes, plus, you're probably going to be going to Vegas with me in 4th of July weekend.
I'm going to go everywhere. I'm going to win all the money in the meetup game, and I'm going to go everywhere.
Can't have it every time. You're gonna see some back push. When I see it's like this guy.
I'm either going to win all the money in the meetup game, or I'm going to make somebody very, very happy. Somebody's going to have a very good day.
You can only be pushed so much, and then you're gonna be.
Pocket 8's here for Todd. He's going to make it 20 to go. I think in this game, the way that this game's been playing, I think you can just size to infinite.
He knows I play with him all the time. He understands what
I don't think you have to have like a default raise size in this game. I think it's a good policy to have kind of a default raise size, but it's okay to deviate it if the game kind of dictates, you know.
Yeah. I think because Hunter and KK and Don has left the game, I think Todd, who's been the most aggro previously, should be stepping it up even more because a lot of these players are playing snug.
I don't know, man. We got Bird and Brian in the game now. Anything goes. Kevin says Bird will rebuy or be felted by the end of the stream. Guy Turner, yeah, man, for sure. I'll let you know for sure when I'm going. Bob says I will go broke and have to Uber home. I don't know, man. I got a box. We're going to have to play a little bit bigger than 2-2 for me to break the box. It's possible, though. Anything's possible. Ace-5 offsuit, pocket deuces, ace-10 offsuit.
I don't know, Dustin. Your frequency of being in the game for like 1600 is not often, but like quite considerably.
It's doable. It could definitely happen.
How much are you in this game, Dustin? Like 7 buy-ins, whatever.
For a 5-10 buy-in. But we always get it back. Most of the time we get it back.
That's the marks of a good player is being able to get it back.
We get it back. We were in the 2-5 streets for 2,000 the other day. We got it all back. Nick from here says broke box mountain. Might happen. Tune in May 30th to find out the fate of my box.
Is there such a thing as a last longer in a cash game? Kind of.
Oh man, it's the same as like a win more, win less, right?
Yeah.
Ace Jack offsuit, going to take that one down for Joey. Todd's going to pick up the button, and we're going to keep things moving. 2-5, no limit, deep stacked Friday night action.
Let's see what the high hand's going to be on May 30th. It's behind Memorial Day weekend, so I think it might be high.
Oh, that would be incredible. I'm a high hand magnet in that room. I won so many high hands there last year, I had to put it in as part of my taxes. That's the only way I'm going to get unstuck. Nick says, can you live stream that meetup game? I like how you spelled meat. Nice. Meetup game from Orange Park somehow? No, but maybe we could find a way to make some content out of it. We might be able to figure something out.
Well, I think I'd like to do. I'd probably just take the GoPro and just take some B footage and just kind of make a cool montage of the meetup game.
Yeah, we could figure something out.
Something to promo for next time.
I'm just going to put my phone in my pocket like that movie Her, you know? Instead of a last longer bet, we should have an over-under how many rebuys for me bet. It shouldn't be plus or minus because I can get stuck a million and get it all back, but the rebuy line is real.
Bye-bye.
I could do the OP min buy-in challenge.
OP min buy challenge. That's pretty good. The 100 to 5K challenge?
How many min buys can I go through to try to get my stack up to like 2K?
The 100 to 2K challenge?
No, the min buy for the T2 is what, 40?
Oh, it's 40.
Yeah. Let's get it in every hand till I get a stack.
Pat Tyner says radio show from there. We can't do it. The radio station has their predetermined schedule. They just let us, work in our slot on Wednesdays. Bob says over under for that is 6. That's probably pretty accurate. I got a feeling that game's going to be juicy. You're not going to want to miss that game. Like, removing myself and Johnny from the equation, I still think it's going to be a juicy game.
Yeah, usually my role when Dustin and I are traveling and Dustin's in the 2-2 game, and I'm kind of rummaging around trying to figure out what to do, I'll sit in his game and juice up his game. And then we're there for like 6 hours until the morning.
Just having fun.
And yeah.
Jumping back in this 2-5 action. Todd's going to pick up the 9-8 offsuit under the gun. Looks like you can't figure out what's going on with the blinds. Oh, the old... This is the old, I have a bad hand, is the button right trick. You never see the guy look down at aces and ask if the button's right.
Yeah, this is right. Sometimes I don't remember throwing the 5. That's what that.
4 fold, 6 fold, 7 makes it 30. 4 for 9. Heads up. 75 and 7. Fold.
I get to do that once in a while. Just once in a while. Thank you. Skip past me. Straddle from seat 6.
Looks like Bird folded this hand. I can't imagine what kind of hand he folds in this spot for $5. Looks like Joey turning 3 jacks here. King Jack offsuit, gets the check mark, can't lose. Gonna win a small one here. One thing I do like about Guan's game is he's been betting with the bottom of his range a lot, which I think is fine. He's just been getting unlucky. I think it's a good play to have in your arsenal just because, like we talked about with him earlier, you can't win if you check, you can't win if you fold. So betting in some of these spots is good. He's just been getting unlucky. Every time he's tried to do it, he's kind of walked right into it. But you have to have that play in your arsenal for sure.
And definitely, you want to be definitely doing the right reasons too. You want to be able to tell a story. So if the story checks out and you have blockers in your hands, it's more likely to work out. But sometimes you're just gonna try to punt it.
Yeah, it's important to have blockers for sure. It's also important to know your break-even percentages, how to calculate that roughly on the fly. All that stuff's important when you decide to run, especially a multi-street bluff. But betting with the bottom of your range in some of these spots, it looks bad to us only because we can see the other player's hands. But those plays work against the pool a lot of the times. King 10 for Ivan. Gets the check mark, but he puts it in the muck. Brian gets one through with Jack Jack.
Good run out. I like that run out.
I need all of you guys that are planning to come to the meetup game to probably take that Monday off. It's got all the ingredients to get a little out of line.
Well, I think this part wasn't like that.
I'm usually off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so I won't have anywhere to be until Wednesday, so it might get real weird.
I'll show it to you if you fold.
Can't do that. 20.
Brian, ace jack offsuit, going to open the hijack here for 20. I think Todd made the call there. 10-7 suited from the button. I think it's fine. Oh, Pat says it's Memorial Day. That's right. Everybody's off. Let's do it. Looks like both Brian and Todd flop a pair here. Brian's going to check top pair. Todd's going to take the free peel to the turn. 4 of diamonds, not really any help to anyone. Justin said, did we declare a date? Yeah, May 30th, buddy. May 30th at Orange Park. Time to be announced. More details coming soon. Justin, that's unfortunate, buddy, but hopefully we're just laying the foundation to do this. I'd like to do it semi-annually, 2-3 times a year. What do you think, Johnny Pham?
I'm sorry, what was that?
setting the foundation to do this meetup game several times a year, 2-3 times a year.
No, absolutely. I mean, it all starts from getting it off the ground, and once you get a good kind of core of players that want to do it, definitely I think that we can do it more on the reg.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to do it a couple times a year. I think it'd be fun. I'd like to do it and be able to plan it far enough in advance to where some of you guys in other markets could come down, you know? All right, guys, we've got a little time left on our 2-5 no limit list. 2-5 no limit game. Looks like we got through the whole list as we are 7-headed currently. But there's enough action in this game for a 7-headed game. This time, Guan with 3-betting the king 10 suited. That's the hand of the night. Can do no wrong. We saw Bird spaz out with this hand earlier, do the double hand bet. Brian's going to call with 2 5s. Last time we saw Brian with 2 5s, it did not end well. Misses the flop here. Guan's going to check it back also. Wow, checks it back, picks up the nut flush draw right on the turn. Unfortunately, I don't think Brian's going to be able to call. There is a 5 of hearts left in the deck. That'd be a pretty juicy river. Ooh, so close. 4 of hearts. Guan does make the nut flush, gets the check mark. Looks like he bets close to half pot and takes that one down. Bets 85 into 160. And Brian, this time correctly, lets go of the pocket 5s. Lost a big one with pocket 5s earlier. Good old King 10, that's right. King 10 cannot lose tonight, it seems. Andrew Nicholas said called off a pumpkin with 3rd or 4th pair. This game was so juicy earlier. This game was insane. Brian opening the 3-4 suited under the gun here. Looks like he's going to get called all the way across the table. Todd calls with 2 9s. Oh, Guan 3-bet. I see what happened. Guan 3-bet the mystery cards. Bird cold calls the 3-bet with Queen 8 suited. Scott cold calls the 3-bet with King Jack suited. Joey cold calls the 3-bet 6 deuce suited. Brian can never fold. Todd can never fold. We're going 6 ways in a 3-bet pot. Everybody called except Ivan. We're going 6 ways. There's almost 100 bigs in the middle. What is happening?
420 in the pot, and no one's flopped a pair.
How are pocket 9s the best hand? We can't. To be fair, we can't see Guan's hand. What is happening?
Nines are looking pretty good now.
9s are looking pretty good. We got a gutter ball with a flush draw for Brian, right? He can get there with a 6. Oh, no, if the 6 comes, the 9s win. He can only get there with the hearts.
Brian's got an amazing draw.
Yeah, but he can't win with the 6. He can only win with the hearts.
I don't know what Bird's doing, but okay.
Bird says, LOL, I has pair. LOL, I has pair. Let's gamble. What is Joey doing? Joey's got an open ender. 2 of his 9s are dead. Joey got to peel a 4. Oh, man. The 4 of hearts is dead. Joey drawing to 3 4s only.
From Brand, I'm trying to rip it.
Oh, man. What is happening? Brian just flats with the bad flush draw. That's actually good. Oh, he gets the 4 for the 6 deuce. Nobody likes the spades. Somehow, of all of these
Joey,
crazy
you need some
hands,
value in there, bro.
no,
Check
nobody
the
likes
round.
the spades. He's out of position.
Oh, okay, this is okay.
He's out of position, and nobody likes the spades. Chase, the
Right.
dealer, is going, what the hell is happening? So we go 6 ways in a 3-bet pot, and we ship it to 6 deuce suited one time. What is happening? Ship Joey the pot. 6 deuce suited. Wins 200 bigs. No sweat. Welcome to Jacksonville. Poker is alive and well. In case you guys missed it, that was a 3-bet pot. What a river. Yeah, nobody liked the spades. You got to think that in a pot like that, like somebody has to have
somebody
spades,
has to have spades.
right? Or a higher straight. Ivan raising pocket 10s. Guan making the call with king 4 of hearts. Bird's in there, 9-5 suited. Because LOL, why not? Brian's got the mystery cards on a purple blazer, and we're off to the flop. Top set for Ivan. Goes for 1/3 pot here. Definitely going to get called by Bird when he flops middle pair, and Brian makes the call also. Ivan's going to check. Oh, I'm sorry, he did not check turn. I thought I saw his hand move. He did not check turn. So Bird calls 125 on the turn here with a pair of 5s. Ivan, no fear when the spade comes. Looks like this might be a little bit of a block bet. We see this a lot. Block betting 125, trying to get to a cheap showdown with a big hand. I like this hand a lot better as a check call, I think. Only because, like, when you block bet like this, it's too easy to just get blasted off the hand. Like, if Bird rips it here, he just has to fold. I'm not saying he will fold, but Bird does get out of the way. Top set good.
CC, what are you watching from? Is it from YouTube? I mean, what are you watching it on? Because I have an Android newer phone, and the subscribe button's nowhere near the board. Like mine shows the subscribe button in its own kind of box on the black in the background. I don't know.
Check.
Bird got through those chips pretty quick from the king 10 offsuit hand.
Yeah, I think if you change your resolution on your laptop, that might help.
Bird came to gamble, man. That's all right. Those players are good for the game, you know. Those guys got to win, too. That's what feeds the ecosystem. Nick says he thinks it's because we're monetized now. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if somewhere in the tools, if we can move that button or not. That's something I'll have to check with our marketing department on. I'm not too sure about that. It seems like you should be able to, you know, change the format, but. Bird picks up a pocket pair. Looks like he's going to make it 50 to go. 10x pre-flop. I like it. Not sure what's going on with the graphics here. I don't think Scott called that raise with 10-5 off. There we go. Makes it 50 to go. Pocket eights. Brian calls with king 7 suited. Ivan calls with queen 10. Here we go. That looked like an ace peeling off on the river. Oh, no, it was a deuce. Pocket eights somehow good in this big three-way pot. Ivan's going to show down the winner here. I'm sorry, not Ivan. Bird's going to show down the winner. Pocket eights. Pick up the pot. Good for the game. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. It's been a really fun stream. Glad we got to get that information out about the meetup game. We're looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to getting in here and chopping up some of these hands and making some hand of the week videos. We've seen some wild stuff tonight. The two-handed fistful of chips bet got me good. Bob says Bird went to my school of get it all or go broke trying, except we never go broke. But yeah, that's the mentality, man. Five, six, seven, eight for Bird on a rainbow board. And he checks. Oh, wow, I didn't expect him to check that spot. Makes the straight on the turn. There's 300 in the middle. He's got 300 back. Time to play for stacks. Looks like he bets 200 out of his 300. Just hoping for a call. So that 9 is a pretty interesting card because it's going to give Brian an open ender. Oh, wow, and Brian folds. Oh, Birdie went too big. I really wanted to see a river in that spot. Johnny Pham, you going to go to Orange Park and get in the 510 streets?
I think I have to.
If you guys want to come get a piece of Johnny Pham tonight, catch him at Orange Park, dusting it off.
That's right.
You're going to have to play big, though. You're going to have to come get it in the 510.
Yeah, still 2 games going. No players on the wait list, so hopefully by the time I get there, it'll be a live game.
Nice and primed up for action, Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
Brian picking up big slick. Going to make it 40 Under the gun +1 in the straddle pot. Joey's going to call and try to set mine with pocket fours. Both players very deep, 500 big blinds effective. Brian snap checks. Picks up a little equity here on the 10 and makes a down bet to 50. I guess not a down bet, but to the relative size of the pot, it's a strange size. I think if I'm Joey here, I'm probably calling just about any bet with 2 4s there.
Absolutely.
Right? It just feels like 2 4s is the best hand.
Especially a flop pair board.
Yeah, like what doesn't he bet here?
If you don't want to inflate the pot, you can go in check call mode. You can probably maybe fire off 1 bet, but check call is good
Yeah,
as well.
I think if I'm Joey, I'm calling just about any bet with 2 4s. Nick, I see what you did there. Look at Todd finally getting aces after kind of a swingy, not great kind of card dead night. He finally picks up 2 aces, makes it 35. You get the guy you want in the hand. Bird makes the call. Brian makes the call. What a juicy spot for Todd. Both of them drawing almost dead. Brian picked up a 9. He's got a little bit of equity. Don't overdo it. You want to keep them in. You got the fun players in the hand.
This size would be like 40. Make kind of like C bet.
Yeah, okay. 65 is okay. Go for 2/3. Brian snap calls. Oh, no. Give him an ace one time.
9.
Oh, my God.
For Brian.
Todd almost can't win the hand. Todd's got 1 out. Oh, man, give him an ace. This guy's been, oh. Brian's going to raise.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh, blasts it.
400.
Man, Todd hates his life right here.
This guy clawed off.
Todd, like, he has to think that he's got at least 2 outs, but he's only got 1. Ugh. Gross. Brian had 9% equity on the flop.
Can't get away from it. It's going to make the call.
Can't get away from it. It's just like, you know, he just doesn't check raise with any other hand on the turn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always a 9. Like if he had, well, the way Brian plays, maybe it's 5s full sometimes. Maybe it's queens full. But it's always a 9 minimum in that spot.
So Brian now running over the game. He's got to be up, what, 3K now?
I don't know. He got in pretty deep with that pocket 5s hand when he called Hunter. When Hunter had quads.
That's right.
4-bet MEPLS says tough fold for aces. Yeah, but like I said, I don't think it's ever a worse hand. Like, does he do that with kings? You know what I mean? Like, what's the worst hand he does that with? Ace queen? Brian says, how much is Todd up or down? Looks like he's down about 300. It looks like Brian is up only about 600. Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a really gross turn card. Four-bet says probably doesn't 3-bet turn ace-queen. I agree. Check raise ace-queen on that turn. He would just flat when the board pairs. That's why I think it's just always a 9. I think even 5's full, just flat. Queen's full, obviously just flat. It's just always a 9. Yeah, it was just a gross spot for Todd. Couldn't find the fold with the aces. Trying to find like a hand, like trying to find a way in your brain that you could be good. I've been there. We've all been there. It sucks. It sucks. You wait so long to finally get dealt aces, you just don't want to fold them. I get it. DSAT Media Production, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. This time Brian's got pocket queens, 3 bets. 4 bet, we appreciate that, man. Thanks for the nice words, man. We appreciate that. It's been a long time in the making. This is a strange spot for Guan. He double blocks some of the top, but unfortunately the hands that he's probably thinking he blocks, Brian actually has. Like he's got to be thinking he blocks queen, queen, but Brian does have live queens in his hand. Oh, Guan puts in the 4 bet, thinking he's double blocking. Brian's going to flat out of positions with the queen. Both players, oh man, Guan left himself a weird stack size, but he out flops him. He does get there with the ace-queen offsuit. SPR about 1.5 to 1 on the flop. Guan's going to set himself up for a turn jam there. Wow, nice hand from Guan. Nice play. Like I said, I think he 4-bet thinking he was double blocking a big part of Todd's range. Todd did somehow still have 2 of the 3 remaining queens. But Guan lucked out. Hit the 3-outer on him. In position. Four bet, I totally agree with you. 4-bet in the Twitch chat says deep stack cash should be the Jaguar of poker. The mindset and strategy, yeah, a lot goes into it. A lot more than people think. So much strategy changes based on your stack size. The same goes for tournaments, but in tournaments it's just so rare that you have 400 big blinds. You know that you have, like Brian has 700 big blinds right now. Like when do you ever have 700 big blinds in a tournament? I'll tell you when. If you double up in the first level, you know, like that's when you have 700 big blinds in a tournament. But the strategy is so much different in cash because you just play with 200 bigs on the reg. If you double up first hand of a tournament, you have 700 bigs. Howie Green, hello from Tallahassee. What's up, man? Thanks for swinging by the chat. Thanks for watching. Sean Hunter says, why did he flat? Players don't like 4-bets, man. They just, like, not enough players 4-bet light.
This is very, very rare. Nah.
Yeah, players don't like 4-bets.
Most of the time, 4-bets means aces, kings, ace, king.
I think,
Possibly
like,
queens.
yeah, like, I think even a lot of players are kind of risk adverse with ace king in that spot. Like a lot of players just flat 3-bets with ace king.
Yeah, we saw Chuck muck ace king on the I 4-bet. Heads up.
Right. Alex says Brian felt sick when he saw that ace. I mean, we've all been there, you know. Happens with kings, happens when you have queens. Just a nightmare. The great thing for Guan, though, is he gets to down bet 100% of his range in position in that spot. Wow, look at Todd getting there with the 3-4 of diamonds one time. I think that might have given Bird trips. All the money might go in here. I think the river might have been a jack of diamonds. I'm pretty sure I saw a jack of diamonds somewhere. Todd bets 75, trying to peek over Kirk's shoulder right there. Yeah, there it is. Another look. The jack of diamonds. I think Bird ripped it, and I think Todd snap called, or maybe Todd flat called. I was trying to get another look at the board. Oh, it looks like he might have.
I think it's just flat called. Check just behind.
Oh, man, Bird getting deep in it now.
Bird taking some unusual lines. We'll see what he does now. He's gonna add on to a stack.
Bird's gonna get in the reload wallet one time.
Normally goes to like around 11:30, depending on views and everything.
Sean says, why did he flat? Yeah, man, players don't like to get 4-bet, you know, especially when they don't have kings or aces.
Nah, most players don't know what to do when they get 4-bet. I has hand. What do I do? Ace king.
Yeah, and I think like being as deep as they were, I don't even think flatting queens in that spot is really a mistake. You know what I mean? In a pot that big when you're that deep. Well, I take that back because Guan wasn't that deep. Only Brian was deep. So, yeah, you could definitely make an argument for him ripping there. But still, he was still 200 plus big blinds deep. This time, Ivan with the 3-bet. Oh, wow. Burgess, I think he just said he just got it all in. Cash plays this hand. Yeah, I think he said all. I think he got it all in before he could get his chips.
And he's facing pocket kings. And it's like a bad time to reload and stuffing it all in with ace king.
Cash plays. The chips never even made it to the table.
Woof.
Been there. Nick, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Thanks for putting in work. You the man. Thanks, Nick. Me and Johnny do everything well together. We're full-time bros. Part-time co-workers, full-time bros.
That's right. Getting some new hobbies. Pickleball.
Pickleball is my game. If you guys are in Jacksonville and you want to get smoked in pickleball, don't call me. But if you wanna book a W, then call me.
I never figure out ways to gamble while playing pickleball.
Oh, we could figure it out, buddy.
Hard to fold because on the turn I was sort of tentative about raising. I might do that with ace.
Brian Cash doesn't actually play at best bet. That was a joke because he peeled out a couple of hundreds, and before we could get him chips, he was all in. So that was actually a joke. Cash, in fact, does not play at best bet. He pulled it out of his wallet. It was in play, and he was all in before he actually received chips.
I'm not really sure which room has cash play anymore. Does Biloxi still have that?
I don't think you need to have cash play in Biloxi just because the games are uncapped and they're so insane.
Right, but I mean,
I don't think cash plays is really a thing anywhere anymore.
yeah, I have to agree. Still remember in my heyday dealing back in Vegas and doing the big game where you'd have to manage the game with bricks of hundreds.
Yeah, poker after dark style.
Yep.
Bob says your daughter's boyfriend is a 5.0 in pickleball. I could probably beat him. Nick from Yuma, is this true? These rumors in the chat? Were you really on a podcast? And if so, let me get those details. Todd's going to take that one down. Looks like Todd might be getting unstuck. Picked up a couple of nice pots. Joey in the lead, up 15-25. Yeah, Todd got had about a $600 swing there. Bird stuck $12.50.
I thought Brian would be up a little bit more, but with the 3K stack, but no, it's only up a
No,
couple
Brian's
hundred.
just, yeah, Brian's up like $200. But, you know, if you can come out on a Friday night, wear a blazer like that, goof around for $3,000, have a good time, and leave even, that's a great night. Set Media, thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
You have close somewhere? Or are you waking up right now? Oh. Oh my God. What's wrong with you guys?
Maybe that'll learn.
Bob says he almost has pro status. Oh wow, look at Ivan turning the nuts against Todd.
That's the clue that, hey, okay, Chase doesn't have many texts.
Oh, this pot's too small right now. We gotta
Yeah,
get it
where's the
bigger.
rest of this pot? He just
Where
bet
are the rest of
50
this
into
money?
100?
Yeah, flop, trips, turn, boat, and the pot's
Wait.
only $127.
And he got 3-bet and he just flats.
What is going on here?
Where's
Come
the rest of this
on.
pot? There's $170.
What? Todd's gonna be like, I lost the min.
This
That's
is
cool.
another spot where Todd probably
Whoa.
feels like he just won the hand.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but
How are we not playing for rolls in that
where
spot?
is the money?
I was deep in the chat. I glanced at the hand on the flop and I was like, oh, deuces versus ace king. Deuce is gonna fold, and then he calls and he makes the deuce.
It's weird because as soon as Hunter and Don and KK left the game, it got super passive.
Oh man, where's the rest of that pot? Oh no!
Only because C9, I gotta play C9. I got to. I got to. Maybe not get another opportunity.
Oh man, ouch, ouch. That one hurt my poker soul.
Check.
You got me, Ivan. You got me that time. Zach says Todd should feel like the luckiest guy on the table getting off that. Yeah, there was $170 in the pot.
Oh, get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here.
Tuscan, Truskins 99. We just dropped the stats. We'll drop them again in a few minutes. Joey currently up the most. Bird stuck the most. About the same amount. Bird stuck 12. Joey up 15.
Better hand than that now. Free flop.
Bob said Todd is lucky he didn't get stacked again. Yeah, Ivan only started the hand with like 750. Wow. Turns the gin card and gets min value. Somebody said those guys are sharing a roll. I don't know. I had a conversation with Todd yesterday, and he's from out of town. He drove up by himself. So I can dispel those rumors for sure. This is the fourth set of quads we've seen on the stream.
This is the fourth set of quads that we've seen in the stream. Like,
This
for
is
real.
the fourth set of quads.
This is probably the most quads I've seen in any one of our streams.
I thought Scott might call him there with ace king.
Oh yeah, old Scott would have called him.
Old Scott would have called him.
Definitely.
2 years ago, Scott would have called him. 2 years ago, Scott would have beat him into the pot with his chips.
Oh yeah. Kicker plays for the high hand.
Unfortunately, the dealer can't retrieve the hand, so it's not in the muck yet. So Todd has to table his hand. The dealer can't table your hand for you. Todd almost just mucked the high hand.
Were there three queens on the flop there? Yeah, right here. No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As long as it has 10 bucks.
G-Dice says 2 has been the most for Hold'em. I think that's at least 3. It might be 4, right? We had quad 3s, quad queens. What was the other quad?
Quad 4s?
Quad fours, yeah. Quad fours. There was one more.
What was Hunter's one? Hunter's hand was...
Hunter was quad threes.
Quad threes, yeah.
What a weird game. What a strange game. Every time I think I know what somebody's going to do in this game, they throw me for a massive tailspin. Racer Nerd said, did he almost just fold his own hand? No, what happened was he won the pot. The dealer pushed him the pot, and he went to muck his hand. And then somebody at the table asked him if he had quads. He said, yeah. And they were like, well, you might win the high hand. But the dealer couldn't flip over his cards. Like, the dealer was, courteous enough to leave the cards, outside of the muck, so Todd could reach and turn his cards over so he could qualify for the high hand. The dealer can never turn your hand over, just like the dealer can never ask you if you have quads. Like Kurt did the right thing there. He's from out of town. He doesn't know the rules with the high hand. He probably didn't even realize that this game qualified for the high hand.
Like 6 minutes before.
Yeah, like I said, the dealer was courteous enough to not snap muck his hand and give him the chance to reach out and grab it, flip it over. True Kane says the dealer can never. You should visit my casino. Man, nothing tilts me harder than bad dealers, man. I try to let it go. I know that everywhere is not as good as we are, but man, nothing tilts me harder than bad dealers.
All right, guys, we are getting pretty close to closing our stream here. I just want to thank everybody else for joining us here on our chat regs on YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook. Check our live stream schedule. A lot of 2-2s and 2-5s scheduled for next week. The big game, May 21st, is our next 5-10 game. And we have a 10 and a quarter game scheduled on the 28th. So that'll be pretty sick.
Very excited for the 10 and a quarter game. True Canes, I try not to get too tilted. I know that everyone, but bad dealers tilt me pretty hard. Johnny, what do you think is the most non-poker hand-related tilting thing for you? Bad dealers?
Yeah, especially in tournaments.
Oh, tournaments, that's a big one.
That's a rough one. I think maybe because when dealers are just probably talking way too much and there's just a lot involved and just not paying attention. It's probably where I get kind of tilted as well. This is a bomb pot?
No, I don't think it's a bomb pot. I think everyone's just in. D-Set, Media, I'm with you. Let's smash that like button. Get those likes up one time. Zach, Caleb, any tournament streams this weekend? No, we probably won't have any tournament streams until Card Player, I would assume. Right, Johnny?
Yeah, our Card Player series starts in mid-June, and there's no real big events happening for this month, except for the GoPro event at Orange Park. But yeah, we'll have a lot of live streams for tournaments starting next month for our Card Player Poker Tour series, which begins in the middle of June and then will end at the end of June.
I like that.
And this will be our first tour since COVID, so it should be a good one.
Yeah, that's cool. The Card Player Poker Tour always brings out some big. It's a nice mid-stakes price range. The main will be $2,500. The opening event will be $560. Very affordable. We have amazing ladder program here at Best Bet for all of our big events.
And then if I were stuck or in a different mood, it would flip it right in. So it's no.
Bob says a Cherokee, an out-of-town guy mucked the bad beat. I've seen that happen before. Well, I've never seen it because if they tabled their hand, it would have been the bad beat. But I've seen guys go, uh-oh, guess what I just folded.
Which is ace king, which all of a sudden became very good when the jack hit. Ace king, ace queen.
Wow, pretty big flop here for Todd. Flops the open ender and the flush draw.
Put you on kings. I thought you had kings.
Banks it right on the turn.
Take a weak ace away from me.
Gonna check for a little bit of deception. There's already 100 in the middle.
And you were, pretty much fearless about betting into it.
This is a great spot for him to just hammer it because the run out gives all the aces a straight. That's 100 into 117. It's pretty sick that you have to call. Oh man, I think he's thinking about folding here. It's a good bet out of Todd because all aces and all sixes have to call, and he not only does he have the flush, but yeah, Deset Media, thanks for the shout-outs. We appreciate it. You guys do what he says. Hit the like buttons. I know all the chat regs have already done it. You guys are the best. Any newcomers to the stream, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. It's huge. We appreciate it. Oh, man, Guan in a tough spot. I feel like you have to call. It's just like, ooh. Some players will bluff in that spot, That's a pretty premium bluff spot.
You got the firework river card. Oh my god.
What a great river card. I can't believe Guan folded. Nice fold.
And the flop was like ace.
Yeah, but still everything kind of beats you. You had like third worst straight.
Yeah, I had ace queen.
Sure. True Canes says they rake incorrectly. Man, that would put me on massive tilt.
I'm like, fuck, I know. As soon as an ace king, I'm like, fuck, I can't even call 170. Gotta have ace king or
Another thing we're working on here in the Best Bet Live Lab for you guys, getting some special guests, some commentators, some players. We're working on expanding some stuff in the next few months.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, you got your coach coming into the game for a little bit, right?
Yeah, working on getting a good friend of mine, special guest to be announced here in June. Another special guest to be announced in August.
No, absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
Probably going to have another appearance from my friend Juliet, the Queen of Felt, this month, hopefully.
It's gonna be our last 3 hands of the night.
Last 3 hands. Is the game breaking or is it stream ending? Or is it both?
Trying to do some cool stuff over the next few months, including the meetup game on May 30th. So be there, get some Johnny dollars, and have some fun with us.
Yeah, I had like 2,000 to start the hand.
Did you? I thought you had less than that.
Maybe like 18. But
You'll probably get some Dustin dollars too.
Okay, that's probably why.
yeah, you can try and choice.
You would have folded. It turns out it was the wrong choice.
Brian says special guests and players would be cool. Yeah, we're working on some good things for you guys.
Is it on me?
Yes, sir. Just stop you.
Make it 25.
25 is.
V says, I love the Queen of Felt. Yeah, she's cool. She's I like her too. She's cool. She's funny.
Do I get it for 2 more hands? Okay. I do get it for 2 more.
Who is the Queen of Felt? It's the first time I've heard of her.
She's a friend of mine. Her name's Juliet. She's just a grinder from down south with a big social media following. She plays in big stream games all over the country. She's cool. Check her out on Instagram. She's been here for a couple of streams.
2 more hands?
She texted me the other day and wants to come back for some big games.
Is it Queen of Felt or Queen of the Felt?
Queen of Felt on Instagram. Pat says, how many tables at the meetup will be used? That depends on you guys. If nobody shows up, it's just going to be me, Johnny, Kurt, Allie, and Jordan sitting around playing playing for rolls, the staff.
Hey, it's going to be a fun night whatsoever. So whether everybody's there or not, we're going to be playing some cards. have some drinks.
have some cards, play some drinks. So, Pat, that depends on you guys. We're hoping to get around 5+ tables, 5-ish, I would say, 5 to 6.
Max stays
Look at this hand. Ace King versus Ace King. Bird turns the nut flush draw. Breaks everything. True Kane says, will it be on Twitch? Unfortunately, it won't. It's going to be at our sister property because that's the only place that we are allowed to play. So it's going to be at our sister property, and we don't have any sort of stream set up over there. But Johnny and I have done some talking. We might try to figure out a way to make some content out of it. It just won't be live. It won't be day of. It'll have to go into post-production. Ryan says, will Donnie be there? Oh, he wants some Donnie dollars.
There you go.
Yeah, those are the easiest ones to get. The Donnie,
I want some Donnie dollars.
I think the Donnie dollars will be, in full
Wide
effect.
open. I think between Jordan and Donnie, yeah, I think they're going to be wide open. I'm going on attack mode.
Yeah, the Donnie dollars, they'll be out there. Adonis and Jordan will both be there. Myself and Johnny, Ali McDeal from the radio show.
And a couple of our dealers.
We'll have the world famous Best Bet live stream dealers as well. Sherry says, when is the meetup game? It's going to be May 30th. It's a Sunday, and I believe that Monday is Memorial Day, right? So everyone should have the day off.
That's right. All right, guys. That looks like that was the last hand. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us here at Best Bet Live. You guys are dope.
You guys are awesome. For myself and Johnny Pham, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Radio show at 6 o'clock, followed by the live stream at 7. Jordan and Adonis will be back in the booth. Once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Mark your calendars. Live stream meetup game May 30th. You guys are the best. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you again.